What is reality? Reality is what we believe to be true about the nature of our surroundings. But how do we come to decide that true nature? Do we conceive it completely on our own? Or do other devices gently sway our thoughts onto a pre-decided path? This is the hard question we must all ask ourselves as free humans on this planet. Who sculpts your reality?
Reality. Wednesday nights, 9/11 on RadioFreeRadio.com.
Radio Free Radio. Radio Free Radio. Radio Free Radio.
Hey y'all, this is Ronnie Dale Martin Jr. and I gotta tell you, man, this Radio Free Radio thing is quite awesome. And since I spent all my money on steering wheel covers and Marlboros, I need you guys to donate $1 over at Patreon. That site is patreon.com/Radio Free Radio. If you ain't heard about it, you need to get on over there and give your $1. On RadioFRadio.com.
Hey guys, Matt and Justin here. Do you like things that are funny? Do you like music? Do you like talk? Well, we've got it all on Good Morning You Drunks.
How do you feel about double middle fingers?
I don't like them, but I will accept them.
Oh, Monday nights, 8 p.m. Good Morning You Drunks, only on our station, Radio Free Radio, RadioFRadio.com.
We promise we're not going to give you double middle fingers.
RadioFreeRadio.com.
I hope the mics were off.
I don't think there were.
Whoa, it's Tuesday night. It's
I'd
8
help if I was even
p.m.
Plugged in.
It's time for Popped. I'm taking the stick. I'm at Wade over there. Look, it's Keith Darrow.
Oh,
Look over
hello.
there. It's Sarah Hill.
Yo.
It's the whole gang. We're back together.
We were together last week.
yeah,
But
I
I
was-
just totally lost control.
I know, but I mean, we're back together since last week. I miss you guys. We used to spend a lot more time
I know we
together.
did spend a lot more
And
time.
now we
together.
just spend time virtually online.
It's true.
It's
We have these really in-depth,
just as good.
extensive conversations about pop culture, and then we're like, "Damn it! Why did we talk about
Why
this
did we do
online?"
this? We've completely blown it.
It'd
I
be
have
way
nothing
better
to talk
on
about.
the air.
Like our
way
chat
better.
conversations are way better than our
Way
actual
better.
on-air conversations. It's the weirdest thing.
We should just get on here and then read our chat dialogue. We'll just read the transcripts.
but let's read
But
it all very
the court.
dry.
Yeah.
Let's animate it like a Rick and Morty episode and read it like that.
That might be my favorite thing this week.
And it can put you in a good mood no matter how
It
bad of a
might
mood
be
you might be
my
in.
favorite thing this week. I love that so much. And to see that somebody went in and actually finished off the animation for it.
Now, was it
made me so
them
happy.
or did they?
I don't think it was them. I think it was a
let's-
fan.
All right.
I think it was a fan that finished it off.
All right.
But good on them for letting it get out there and not trying to block it like Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disney. So how you guys doing? A little waterlogged after this weekend? The surprise storm of the century?
What storm?
Oh,
what you talking about.
You know that storm. You know that storm.
Fucking hurricane.
Before you know it, you got to get a kayak.
I have to, and it's and this is gonna sound weird. Flooding wise, for us, it wasn't as bad as Hermine.
Oh, good.
Yeah, Hermine actually had like
you guys were.
like it was coming. It was probably like 10 feet from the house. This one was probably a good 15 feet from the house.
Yeah,
was
the
watching
water
on
didn't come up
Facebook.
as high. It was the wind and the fact
Yeah,
that
we
the
lost
ground is completely saturated.
Yeah.
And the fact that we lost power.
Yeah, trees are coming down all over the
We
place.
got
That's-
lucky.
That's why.
We got lucky here. We didn't lose any power.
Lost power for
I
20
was-
hours.
I don't
And
know
internet
what
for
it would
longer.
do. I don't even know what it would do. I don't know.
We
what
just
it
got
would do.
internet back last night, and we made up for it. We watched Westworld. We watched Last Week Tonight, and we watched Atlanta.
I'd like to talk. Oh, I haven't watched Atlanta yet. I
It's
forgot all
really
about it.
good.
It's really well done.
The
Oh,
writing
man.
is fabulous, and Donald Glover is
It's Donald Glover.
he's
He's
perfect.
just-
He
yeah.
really is perfect, and it's totally Atlanta. Having lived there for 9 years, I was
Yeah,
like,
Sarah's
oh,
like,
that's
I've been
That's
there.
awesome.
I've been there. I was like, you've been in those people's houses? She's like, yes.
Really?
well. I had a lot of fun in my 20s. I mean,
It was Atlanta. She was single.
Man, now I want to go to Atlanta. No, I don't.
No, you don't.
Although there was this one scene where there was like a guy making a sandwich on a bus, and he was like, "Gotta have a bite of this sandwich." And Keith was looking at me, and I'm like, "No, that's
Atlanta.
I meant that.
I
There
ate that
actually is-
sandwich. I had
okay,
a bite from
so
that
they-
sandwich.
so
I
Atlanta,
met that guy. I ate that sandwich."
you know, explains so much. There's three. I mean, from where I can tell it's going, there's three main characters that we're going to be focusing on, which is a rapper called Paperboy, who is the cousin to Donald Glover's character, and Donald Glover's spot on, as we mentioned. And then there's this weird guy who is just so out there. Like, he's sitting there in one of the scenes. He's like, I'm having this weird deja vu moment. Is there a dog somewhere around? And he looks over, and there's a dog. He's like, oh, yeah, I remember now. Like, he's the weirdest fucking character ever.
He's
but
like-
it's hilarious.
He's like the poet Burnout, is what it is. Like the guy who's
Okay.
totally fried his brain to the point of being weirdly profound.
No, it sounds fun.
Yeah, it is. It's great. Like,
Not to spoil too much of it. One more though. Donald Glover walks into the house while he's talking to Paperboy, and that they weren't sure who it was at first when he knocked on the door, and so this burnt out poet guy has like a bandana over his face and holding a knife, but he's also holding a plate of cookies. So when he gets the all clear that this guy's good, we know him, he puts the knife down. He's like, cookie. It's the strangest thing, but it's
fantastic.
so well written, so hilarious.
Yeah,
I mean, I actually might be hooked on that more than I might be at Westworld right now.
I mean,
Well, so you guys also watch Westworld.
yeah,
I
2 episodes out. Got into
watched
it.
half an episode of Westworld.
It happens. We watched
And
1.5
could not-
episodes. Then the power went out.
Aw.
yeah, and then it came back on, and we tried to watch the rest of it, and then it went.
So are
on.
you guys enjoying Westworld?
Yeah, no, we're
Yeah.
gonna keep watching it.
Yeah, I think so. I'm
Was
curious.
the first? Did you guys find the first episode to be a little boring?
I found it more they've put so much in it. There's a lot of different components and a lot of different players and a lot of different types of players.
It's way different than the original movie.
Yeah, and see, I haven't seen the original movie.
I
what is that?
didn't
A
know
19
there was an original.
There was a
movie.
1979 movie.
Might have
1977.
been even before then.
There was I thought it was a late 70s movie. Maybe I'm misthinking it. But yeah, and I haven't seen it, so I have no basis. I'm going into this completely fresh, so to speak. And the difference between the host and I'm trying to figure out, all right, who's a host, 73. The host, the newcomers, who's who.
I'll tell you
and
what threw me off right away was the James Marsden character, because I just assumed him coming into town that he was like a dude. He was a real dude.
Yeah.
And it turns out he's not a real dude.
He's a
think.
host. But see, and that's kind of where I'm standing.
Well,
I'm like,
he
all right,
can
if-
get
what is
killed, but
Ed
he
Harris
can't.
doing?
Ed Harris
Yeah.
is what they call a newcomer or a
He's
guest.
a visitor.
Yeah.
But he's some crazy sadistic person. But
I
they
think he's kind of lost it. Like this is my theory. He came in and they've just kind of forgotten about him because he's been there so long. They're like, oh shit, this guy's still here.
Yeah, he alluded to the fact that he's been there pretty much like constantly.
Right.
Just going back and back. Like
but
I plan to do with
like
Disney.
like this guy can do whatever he wants. At some point they
Yeah.
say let him do whatever he wants. So it makes me I almost feel like he's been committed to Westworld and he's like this eccentric billionaire and they're just going to let him murder robots for the rest of his life. I mean,
because he's on the board or he has like some sort of money that's basically funding most of their operation.
I think my problem was I was doing something else while I was watching it, which is what I tend to do because most TV doesn't command my full attention.
Right.
And I think that was the problem.
Yeah, no.
So I wasn't able to
I tried to
I
stay
got
pretty
lost.
tuned in on this.
So
one.
I think I'm going to have to actually watch this
Start
like
over.
I watch shows.
yeah, I mean,
Like I used to watch television before laptops.
I tend to go back and forth
streaming.
too. I'm a dual screen person myself, but this one you have to watch because
Yeah.
there's a lot of little nuances that
I got that feeling.
yeah.
I got that feeling. Anything else crazy you guys have been doing besides
We
watching
didn't
the
see
Netflix?
Girl on the Train. We wanted to.
Yeah,
it
it
was
wasn't.
raining. Yeah.
The weekend wasn't really
Cats and
conducive
dogs,
for-
mass hysteria.
That's right.
that whole
Yeah.
thing.
Speaking of which,
We wanted
Ghostbusters out
to.
today on DVD and
I
Blu-ray.
got it.
Did you?
Of
Yeah.
course he did.
Extended
I
cut.
got both of the Michael Bay Ninja Turtles. I mean, I'm a whore to my fandoms.
Is
He had to buy me new headphones anyway. His cat ate my old headphones.
that too,
all the
and
way.
and I had to
Should
buy
poop them
some
out.
more cables.
Do you have any idea how long the extended cut is?
No, I literally just bought it, dropped it
I
off.
hope they
We
at
ate
least
dinner,
put
and they
that
came
weird-
here.
That
750
dance scene back
minutes.
into it at least.
750 minutes.
2 minutes. I'm gonna
700.
say you're probably wrong.
750.
Okay, you know what? I don't know for
I
sure.
read it in
Agree to
People,
disagree,
Matt.
guys.
And you seem
I
pretty.
read it in People.
You seem pretty strong on this. So I'm gonna go
750
ahead.
minutes running time.
Your confidence is trumped my not
And
knowing.
it still probably isn't any better.
thought that it was bad.
I hope they included the dance scene.
That's what I wanted to see.
It was a
It's
very
weird.
long dance scene to add so many minutes.
I
It added 600 something minutes because of the dance.
It's Bollywood
I
at this
know.
point. They're just flying around.
That
At one
would
point
explain
they
the
become
costumes.
Spider-Man. Weird. So you guys, I guess, well, before we jump into the news, I just wanted to remind everybody we're less than 2 weeks away. October 22nd, Saturday, October 22nd, starting 9 a.m. I don't know. It's All Day You Drunks, where we're basically going to get on these mics for 24 hours, and we're going to talk, and we're going to have so many activities. You
I
wouldn't
saw
believe the
you guys put
activities.
out the 64 bad movies or something. What was that?
Oh, we're gonna.
Because I know Justin was putting it
we've
together.
got
And what is that?
Yeah, we've got a field of 64 bad movies. What we consider shitty movies that we still watch for some reason.
Did you include Showgirls? Because that's
Showgirls is
that's
absolutely on.
my
I saw Mario
favorite
Brothers.
Mario Brothers
worst
is on
movie.
there.
I tell you, every time Showgirls is on, I watch it. It's a glue
What
movie
is
for me.
Toy Soldiers, not small soldiers, toy soldiers.
I saw Batman and Robin had the first one
Batman
seed.
and Robin, it definitely has the one seed. It's gonna be interesting. Then there's some movies that kind of got added that we're kind of like WTF because we let other people that aren't us pick.
Yeah, I saw Galaxy Quest on there.
Galaxy Quest is the number one that's gonna just get jettisoned immediately.
How is that a little worse
I don't know.
movie? Okay. I mean, it was up against Mario Brothers, so I'm
it's
not
gonna
worried
get
about
crushed.
It's gonna get crushed because we're probably gonna just spend the time allotted to argue which is shittier, as just yelling about the fact that it's on the list. So there's no way. So we got that's gonna be going on. I'm gonna be doing my top 100 TV show lists, which will
What's
just be
what's number 59?
59.
Yes.
59 is Rug Burns. It was an obscure show on Showtime, of all places, back in the early 80s.
Yeah, all right.
It was really good. It was like sexy but kind of dangerous. You know, like those old cable shows used to be.
Right.
It came
right.
on right after Red Shoe Diaries. Yeah, so join us at night, starting at 6 o'clock. We start having we're gonna have a bunch of bands come in, like Feral Conservatives, Human Services,
On the 22nd.
on the 22nd.
If you're available at 5,
If you're available at 5,
Okay.
Fredo is coming in at 5. That's his hour.
All right.
And I'm bringing my acoustic. He's bringing his bongos. We're going to have like a little jam hour.
All right.
It's pretty cool.
I'll see what I can do there.
I call them bungos.
Bungos.
I don't do that.
We gotta figure out that dinner schedule.
So starting at 5.
No, we'll push that all back.
While having an involuntary barbecue.
All right, we'll have it mid-afternoon.
Yeah.
We're figuring out schedules.
If you guys have it
can't be-
mid-afternoon, then you get back over here like
That's-
5-ish.
That's kind of what I'm gonna try to do.
And then, because we're gonna get the fire pit, we're doing marshmallows. We're gonna roast some marshmallows out at
There's
the fire pit.
s'mores?
We'll have s'mores. We'll do campfire tales. We're doing it up at night, and then we've got the
The rape shed?
rape shed. We don't have the rape shed. We've taken a bad turn. But we've got
Stop
after
grabbing pussies.
we stopped.
That would require pussies to
stopped.
be here.
So
What's-
tell
what's
us that
some of them
date again.
Fair.
Tell us the date.
October 22nd, All Day You Drunks. Go to radiofradio.com to watch and watch it like you watch everything else. But it'll just be
Well, where
24
uh,
can
hours.
if they're already listening to us now, where else can they find us?
The app,
Well, all right. I was gonna say Facebook or Twitter, maybe.
Facebook or Twitter, maybe.
I was looking for one of you guys to jump in there.
Popped.
Fine.
At Popped Show.
No, yeah, at Pop Show for Twitter
And Popped RFR
on Facebook.
Facebook.
Yes.
There you go. It's gonna be fun things. 10 o'clock. I need people with talents to be on Matt and Nate's. Matt and Nate presents Future Stars of the Future.
I
We're doing
offered
a
to make
talent show.
sandwiches.
That's not a talent.
That's literally the only talent I have. I'm a woman.
Gotta be able to have another talent.
No other.
Nothing?
I have zero talent.
I grew this beard in a day.
I was gonna say something about the beard. I didn't know if it was, but that is a very perfectly manicured.
Thank you. I trimmed
beard.
it last night.
I noticed immediately. It looks just like a like the 60s
lumberjack?
era. No, I was gonna say 60s era GI Joe.
Okay, I'm
You know
okay
what
with
I'm
that.
talking-
I'm okay with
Yeah,
that.
the manly GI Joe
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
big doll.
And I'm not wearing
know why I said
plaid,
that.
so it's not like I'm a hipster or anything. I'm good.
I was gonna mention the beard. I didn't know
No, go
what
for it. It
point
wouldn't
to
be
bring it
sexual.
up.
Wouldn't be homo.
No, only if I was touching you at the time.
Our
Or you
buddy.
just grab the beard.
So our buddy Chris Campbell, who's not on, but he's a regular. He does What's Up
Oh, hi,
Doc with us.
Chris.
He said
Yeah, What's Up,
Galaxy Quest is not the worst.
No,
See?
Galaxy
Yeah,
Quest is
that's-
great. It's a great movie.
Who
We
suggested
don't
that?
have
Who
any
suggested
idea
that?
How?
Nope.
Plumber.
He's wrong.
Plumber.
Plumber is wrong.
Oh, this-
Well, like I said, it's the 63rd seed. It's gonna get crushed.
It's gonna get crushed, and we're gonna make fun of the fact that it was even added.
Make fun of the person who added it.
God. You guys want to do some news?
Sure. We got any news?
Do we have a choice? I'm just kidding.
First
Bring
up,
it on.
Galaxy Quest is a great movie. I don't know what it's doing on
That's
the
not
shittiest
news,
movie
that's
list.
just
Okay,
fact.
That's just stuff that people should know. This week we got name and poster released for the final Wolverine movie. They're just calling it Logan.
I like it. That's fine.
Sure.
Is it not the Logan?
It's
Not the Logan.
It should be the Logan.
Just look, I liked the poster.
How did you?
Got the
Did you see Ryan Reynolds' response to the
with
poster?
those little hands?
Yeah, he goes,
That
"That's
was
my little
fantastic.
hand."
Yeah, so it's just Logan.
I like
think
it.
it fits
I'm okay with that.
well with the. It's great for millennials, for hipsters.
Yeah.
Hipsters
They
love
actually
Logan.
were actually just going to call it LGAN, but they decided that without having the O, it would confuse people.
That would confuse people, but it would be cutting edge. Did you see that? Did you see the other poster they released where it's Wolverine, but he's got like a nice knit cat, a really big beard, but it's like
Oh, is that when he's in the
acrylic beard.
rocking chair?
He's it looks fantastic. He's having a soy latte. Logan.
Now, is
He's in
the
a
nursing
band now.
is the nursing home nurse in that poster or not? Because I couldn't remember. They went through a few drafts of it.
I guess we are getting old man Logan.
Yeah, basically.
I'm okay
It's-
with
it's
this
a-
because
it's-
old man Logan's one of the best things Marvel's done.
Yeah,
lately.
but it's gonna be a weird old man Logan. It's not gonna be like the comics.
Exactly,
It's
because we're
gonna
also
be-
getting both X-23 and Donald Pierce. I don't know if you know Donald Pierce. He was a Reaver. He's a cybernetic dude.
Okay.
I
I know X-23.
He was bigger in the storylines in the 80s.
Okay.
But yeah, and we're getting X-23, Wolverine's clone. So that should be
I like that.
interesting.
It's
I'd
a
like
way
to
for them
see-
to pass it down logically without just like shoehorning a character that no one knows about
Yeah.
or just gender swapping it just
Exactly.
because.
And
It-
then
it
boom,
makes
you've got a
sense.
place to go. If you can retire Hugh Jackman and you've got a Wolverine because they've already killed Wolverine in the main Marvel universe. So now is that Logan? That's good.
Yes.
That's Logan back there. Perfect. That's a perfect Logan. It's perfect. Not great on the radio.
Don't even.
The Twitter is blowing up with this conversation about bad movies. I need you to know that. Henry
I'm
Hanks,
trying to get to the
I know.
Twitter.
Henry Hanks, who is, I'm manning the Twitter. You guys don't have to worry about it. He's on later to talk about New York
Thought you were
Comic
making
Con.
sandwiches.
We will. You know what? I am.
Good.
I'm brilliant. I can do it both at once. Henry will be
Don't
on
plug
at
your
9
talent.
to talk about New York Comic Con. Mentions that Mono's Hands of Fate is the worst movie ever.
It's a bad movie, but has anybody ever watched that?
I don't know. I
Well,
haven't-
Henry apparently has.
I haven't seen it.
I think I'm voting to
watched the MSTK.
replace Galaxy Quest with Manos if it's not already on there.
And Chris,
do that?
our doc guy, says that he votes for Battlefield Earth, but he also mentions
Battlefield Earth is there.
he mentions that he's seen a lot of bad documentaries that no one's ever heard of, which is a good point.
But see that's that's the thing though. I think you guys were trying to go for movies people have at least heard of.
Yeah,
or
that have
have
at least seen.
We
Yeah.
went
You know?
with movies too that we tend to watch a lot. Because another one that I don't agree with and is going to get smashed is Tremors. I watched
Okay.
Tremors like 112 times.
Aren't they
one week.
making like a fifth one of those now? I think I saw that
What
somewhere
was
in the news.
the
I was like,
one
those can't be real movies.
where the
no,
planets?
they've got up to like 5.
There was one where like the planets lined up, and then these monsters show up, and it was
Well, that sounds terrible.
no okay, but they're on this planet, and there's this drunk guy, and they burned all his alcohol, but like they just happened to be there at the same
Is
day
this
as
Tremors?
No, it's Pitch Black. They did a
Pitch Black.
that was a pretty terrible movie.
Pitch Black?
Yeah.
I was okay with
Well,
Pitch
the
Black.
sequel or the prequel,
Chronicle of
yeah,
Red?
that wasn't terrible. But Pitch,
I liked it. I actually liked that second one.
yeah, I like Chronicle of Red, but Pitch
I never
Black,
watched the third one.
Pitch Black was not good because I remember, like, I saw it in high school, and I remember thinking, like,
You could.
they
you had
happened
stay
to
in the
be
light.
there on the day that the
It
planets
was all
like.
very convenient.
Yeah, I was like,
It's all very convenient.
convenient plot is convenient.
Yeah, well,
Hmm.
that's the sign you've been watching too many videos analyzing movies when they're like, oh, convenient eulogy is
I
convenient.
think Maximum Overdrive is on there.
Okay.
It's a
Is
lot
the
of
list is the list published yet or at all?
The list is published.
Okay, where can they find it if they want to start looking at this list and tear apart our.
Go check out the
Good
Good
choice.
Morning You Drunks Facebook page, facebook.com/
Can we post that on the Facebook or the Twitters so people can get to that?
good.
I don't have a computer. I'm not messing with my phone because all three of us on Wi-Fi just kills it. So
We're gonna have that. We're actually running a hardwire out here and
Nice.
installing a second modem.
Cool.
So we're gonna have Wi-Fi directly in here.
solid.
It's gonna be fantastic.
So yeah, but that 64 list of movies or is it 30?
64.
64.
List 64. It'll be going all day.
Okay.
We'll be taking
You guys taking
chunks,
votes? You taking call-ins? What are you doing?
taking everything. If you want to vote,
Okay.
if you want to call in.
So if Henry and Chris want to get involved, they can go ahead and throw their vote in now, or they can
absolutely.
listen in on October 22nd,
October 22nd. You know when
All right.
what time it's starting?
9 a.m.
All time.
That's
All time.
not really possible.
9 a.m. to 9 a.m. and we will be on mic
That's a short show.
all 9 a.m. to
Yeah.
9 a.m.
Yeah, you're gonna start and stop it in the same minute.
No, that'd be 9 a.m. to 9:01 a.m.
That's still like a minute. It's not
I
a
think
very
you're-
long
I think
show.
you're splitting hairs. I'm not 100% sure.
So it's Saturday at 9 a.m.
Saturday
to
at 9 a.m.
Sunday
to Sunday at 9.
9 a.m.
And there's a reason
Okay.
for that because last year we did All Day You Drunks. We started at midnight on Saturday after working all day. So it actually became essentially 2 days you drunks. And by the end of it, I barely made it through the early morning of the next one. It's going to be interesting to see.
Can I show up drunk just to
We
show up like in theme?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. I'll have beers here too.
I don't drink beer.
The late night is the worst. So about 3-4 in the morning is going to be terrible.
Okay.
It's uncomfortable. It feels bad. I hate it.
Are you sure we're talking about the show?
There was an Iron Fist trailer that got
Looks
released,
good.
and holy crap, it does it look good.
It looks good.
You don't think it looks
It
amazingly
does-
good?
It's not as inspiring. I mean, it's going to be after seeing now that we've seen Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage. I need something different. It looks good. Don't get me wrong. Visually, I'm glad they're sticking with the whole fist. They got the dragon tattoo. It seems very true to
See,
the story.
I feel
but
like every Netflix show has been different so far.
They've all been different, but I don't think this trailer, and I think this one will be too, but I don't think this trailer necessarily reflects it.
What it's going to be.
Like, I think that it'll be great because Netflix is awesome and their Marvel shows are on point, and and I'm not worried about it.
Except
But
for maybe the
I
last
wasn't.
couple of Luke Cage episodes.
It strung out a little bit longer than it should have.
It did, but
I absolutely hate one of the characters.
Diamondback, Black Mariah.
Yeah, if we're gonna get into it.
Okay.
Diamondback.
We can get into it later. Let's get to the news.
It's
Do our
good.
comics. We can talk about it afterwards. Once Greg calls in.
I also have down Power Rangers trailer released.
Oh, yeah, that's a thing.
I
I
have
still
it.
haven't seen it yet.
My
Chronicle
favorite-
1.5.
my favorite quote so far has been,
Max Landis's.
"This looks like these guys look like bowling balls."
Yeah.
Oh, that was my
Our
quote.
very own Sarah Hill.
They do look like bowling
Completely
balls.
on
I
point.
said that.
They look like bowling balls.
Yeah, they do.
But that wasn't from the trailer. That was from the
Posters.
The posters.
Yeah, the posters that
Because we
released.
didn't get to see anything.
Speaking of, did you guys hear the backlash about the posters, which was a little warranted, but still, come on, guys, this is old. You guys are fighting over nothing. They had put, little backstory. The original actress who played Trini, Tai Trang, I believe her name. I can't
Died,
pronounce.
didn't she?
She died in a car accident in 2001, well after her Power Ranger run was over. But on the Yellow Ranger poster, they have the little fun cat taglines.
Yeah.
Driver's ed not required.
Oh, that they.
Was it intentional though? I highly doubt it.
Just no way. That's
It's
just
just, I mean, they were referring to the Zords. I can see why people are upset, but it's like there are other things
It's
to
just-
be upset
yeah.
about
Yeah.
that don't relate to Power Rangers.
Yeah, like the live-action Aladdin movie has found its director, and it's Guy Ritchie.
I mean, again, I'm still
What?
waiting. Live action Lilo and Stitch, live action Emperor's New Groove, and then I might pay attention.
I
whatever.
don't see it, but I'm interested. How many?
Sure, why not?
How many Guy Ritchie movies do you think you've seen?
2 or 3,
How many of those have you enjoyed?
1.5.
Huge
trying to-
fan of Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Fantastic.
Yeah,
And
I like that one.
Really love Snatch.
Do ya?
You walked into that one.
That's about it.
Apparently,
I
he did
didn't-
the Man from Uncle this.
Oh yeah,
past
you know
year.
what? You know what? Okay,
I saw
actually
Rock and
liked
Roller,
Ma-
which wasn't too shabby.
it was okay.
Sherlock Steampunk Holmes, I hated.
I'm probably one of the only
I
people.
didn't mind Steampunk Holmes.
I didn't like Steampunk Holmes 2. I
It
was
was definitely
okay
worse
with
than the first, but
one.
the first one was still kind of meh.
I think I may be one of the only people that actually enjoyed Man from Uncle.
I heard it was good. I just never got around to
You're
seeing
probably the guy who saw it.
I enjoyed it. It was nice. It was stylish. I liked it. I liked the 60s. I like 60s spy stuff. It's just me. So that's going to be happening. Aladdin. Good luck. I heard that Madonna's already.
Heard she was playing Roger the Tiger. This one, she's gonna be a cougar though.
Do not think. I like it. I like it. I'll allow it.
The eye roll. Was
No.
bad.
I'm trying to think of a way that I could like roll my eyes more.
You got to pass me though. You got to
God.
do one of us. Sigourney Weaver has been announced as the villain in Netflix's Defenders.
Our friend Sigourney?
Our friend.
Our friend Sigourney
Is she our
Weaver?
friend?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's our friend.
Did you not see Finding Dory yet?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, she's
The
know.
big joke is
my friend
the
Sigourney.
big Disney fan here hasn't seen.
You haven't seen
Finding
Finding Dory?
I just never got out to it. It was too busy making so much
It's-
money, and I didn't want to go with the kids.
It passed $1 billion now.
Yeah,
I mean, they've killed it with that movie, as they should. It's a fun movie.
it's
I mean,
hard for me to go to a movie full of kids, not having kids, not understanding. I just
Whatever.
Is
get
it a
angry.
legal thing, maybe?
I just get angry. I can only be so many feet from that theater.
Right, yeah.
I advise you go see it soon. It's a good movie. I enjoyed
Is it
I
playing
assume
still?
it'll be on.
It just passed the $1 billion mark.
Oh,
so
it'll
I
probably
think
be
so.
at Cinema Cafe or somewhere.
Yeah, go check it out. But I mean, I think we've mentioned the whole joke with that before. Is it like the joke they had in the movie was she was the voiceover for the aquarium, and all the animals referred to her as our friend Sigourney. So that's how we refer to her now.
They haven't announced who she's playing, but I assume that's not who she's playing.
I mean, I'd be okay with her just playing Sigourney Weaver, being pissed off that they're trashing New York.
Make her Zool.
Even better.
Marvel Netflix shows are getting Blu-ray releases, and starting with Daredevil on November 8th. I've got them on Netflix.
Nah.
Yeah, I feel like I
So
saw that
needful.
already. I don't know if it's been released. Someone got an early copy or something posted
Yeah.
online.
Oh, cool. You know where I got an early copy at? My
Yeah.
television.
Yeah, and see that's
Netflix.
They're gonna have to pull them if they're gonna start doing that.
well, and see
Don't
that's the
give
thing.
them that
That's
idea. They're going to do a Disney
Oh,
vault
I have
garbage.
not had. You know that I'm not the first one with that idea.
Yeah.
Why do you think they're coming
Netflix
out on
probably
DVD?
has it first.
Of course.
But see, that's the thing. Like, it's a Netflix original show. I'm doing air quotes here. So why would they pull it from
feel
their
like they
stuff?
shouldn't.
That's the thing. I don't think they will. You know, some of this other stuff.
I don't
You know,
know,
you
though.
guys give me grief for buying a bunch of DVDs, but you know what? When we're out of power for 24 hours or 48 hours,
we did not watch a
What-
single
How
DVD.
did you
We
play
did.
a DVD when you don't have power?
internet. That's the one I meant.
Okay.
Anyway,
We didn't watch a single DVD.
We thought about it.
You mentioned
had
about how
the-
great
okay,
it was
wait a
that
minute.
you had
Wait a
them.
minute. I would
But
like to
that's-
just point out that you finally have the opportunity.
They're in boxes.
We haven't
Yes.
sacrificed
yes,
the
Keith, they all
closet.
are. That's so they don't get scratched.
We haven't sacrificed the closet to the DVD gods yet. That's what we have to do is
You guys
sacrifice
do
the
some
closet.
Weird things.
Well,
Just doing weird things in that house.
that is a battle
Yeah, we are.
that I lost and just sort of gave in that I said, why don't we just get one of those things where you put your DVDs in the binders and then put the cases in the attic? And it
What
was
is
like,
this? The 1990s?
But then how will you see the library? I think you're more into showing your impressive DVD library than actually watching them.
Because it is impressive.
it is impressive.
How many of them are still in the wrapper?
None.
No, zero.
Oh, you
We've
can tell them.
watched
I've
them all.
watched 99% of them.
Well, that's good. Ash vs. the Evil Dead gets a third season because God loves us.
Yep, pretty much.
love
Sarah hasn't seen
Ash.
Evil Dead or Army of Darkness.
Oh,
I saw the first
So
Evil Dead, the
jealous.
really, really old one.
When?
really?
Yeah, the one where they do the funny music at the end. I've seen that one.
Music. There's a dance off. What
Is
is
that
she
it?
watching?
I don't know what she's watching.
Pull that. We need that drop. That's gonna be the new news intro.
All right, now I'm like I don't know what I watched. Now I'm a little.
No, I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
that's-
It's there
what
in a
you
mall,
watched.
right? Zombies in a mall, like the other guy.
No.
Well, what am I
That's,
thinking of?
That's
Dawn of the Dead?
Dawn of the
Oh,
Dead.
Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
There's dead in it.
Completely different.
I saw the-
Yeah, not the same
Was
at
there-
all.
Was there music at the end of that?
Maybe the remake in 2003. That you
No,
saw.
I did not see that one. I saw it before the remake because I thought the remake looked scarier than the original one, which I only saw because of the stupid music at the end. That I psychically knew was going to be there.
Um,
Do you want me to move on? I can just move on. And
You should
it'll save
probably
you.
move on.
let's
This
move
is-
on. We're
yeah.
gonna have we got some other-
PlayStation VR releases on Thursday. It's like expensive. It's like $400. I don't think I need VR that much.
I mean, it's gonna be
Are you
cheaper
gonna
than
try it
getting.
out? You've actually used the Vive.
Yeah, the Vive was fun,
Yeah.
but again, I'd had to buy a whole new computer. The PlayStation VR seems nicer because I've
You
already
think you would
got.
drop $400 on it.
I don't know if I dropped $400 on it,
Looks
but
like a bunch of tech demos.
it would be the cheaper option if I was really into VR.
Be a quick way to get your girlfriend to punch you in the face.
I'd rather have her grab my crotch.
Jeez.
I'm not
What
going to
is
do
going
that.
on with
I'm
this
not
show?
going to do that without consent.
You guys need to go home and do it.
Still,
It's just the energy you've brought to this show.
I don't understand what just happened. Did he just order us to go home and have sex?
I think so.
I said do it. I was way classier than just here, go have sex. Nah.
Classier for like
Go
what,
home
a
and do it.
12-year-old?
Go light a Yankee candle and do it. Okay.
Way
Next.
classier.
Next.
Mallrats is being shopped around to streaming services this week.
Yeah.
So it looks like this is something that's actually going to happen.
Good.
Very, very happy. This is just some quick bits. Original Fraggle Rock episodes are coming back to HBO in HD.
Yeah, they're remastering all of them.
I saw this on Facebook. Somebody had posted it from their site, and the article title said, "Oh, Fraggle Rock coming back, so '90s kids rejoice." Was this even on in the '90s? Because
No, it was mid to late 80s.
It was 83, maybe. I don't get it. I don't get it, millennials. Eternal Sunshine TV show is in the works because this
God
is
damn
just
it.
going to become a running joke
No.
at this point.
Like, we were joking a few weeks
I
ago when we were
feel
talking
like
about
they
this
heard
shit.
us and they're like, let's just make everything, every movie.
This just
into-
hurts my soul. I love that movie so much.
Better not be porn. That you're showing it. I don't know what's going on with
It's
you.
about the.
I
it's
don't
a-
know what's
it's
going
about
on
the,
with you two,
to
but
be-
I'll separate you.
To be fair, it's about the same for porn in her case. It's Lego Batman.
Yeah.
See?
I mean, that's pretty
I'm
much the same.
very excited about the Funko animated Batman.
He's so
Did you see the Joker
cute.
image too?
No,
The
it's-
Joker.
I haven't
There was a
seen the
Joker
Joker
one.
yet.
Oh, let me see if I can find that one.
If there's a Joker too, then I'm going to get the
Oh.
Batman. I'm going to get the Joker, and I'm going to
There's
get that Batgirl.
There is a Joker. Let me see. The unboxers, I think, posted about it the other day. Today.
I gotta tell you, I'm not often attracted to cartoon characters.
Oh, hey, look, they're gonna
But
do.
Batgirl, I
Really?
am.
Is that true?
Look, Little Mermaid.
No!
Did I tell everybody like the big ride that I'm looking forward to, and I actually had a dream about it the other
What's
night?
that?
The Little Mermaid ride. I cannot wait to ride the Little Mermaid
Man, what
ride.
a schoolgirl bitch.
So you're not attracted to cartoon characters, is what you're saying?
I'm not.
Or women, apparently.
I always tell everybody like, when they're like, "Well, what's your favorite Disney movie?" I always say Lion King. 'Cause, Lion King's the best. But secretly, it's the Little Mermaid.
Nah.
Little Mermaid's my favorite.
A
I just
little-
feel like I shouldn't be telling people that. And now I can't wait to go ride the ride. It looks fantastic.
So we're not attracted to
I might have been a little attracted.
cartoon
I
characters.
might have been a little attracted to the Little Mermaid, but only when she had legs. Only when she had
Right.
legs.
Okay.
Don't you bring her up. Justin's over there bringing her up on the production computer. So
He's bringing her up over when she visited Whitetail.
Get the one where she's in like the rope dress that she makes herself out of the cloth on the beach. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Where she's all sexy in her little
Get
rope
that
dress.
one. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
No, he's not.
I'm joking. Ah, wait. They've got a Little Mermaid pop, and was that also like a Was that also was that like when Ursula became a? Do they have that pop too? I preferred Ursula when she was
When she was all
masquerading
sexy?
as the Little Mermaid with her voice. Is that weird?
Yes.
There's an amazing. Oh, by the way, that's And that's the news. By the way, the Little Mermaid ride in Disney, Stark ride, they have an amazing Ursula. She's amazing. Just amazing Ursula animatronic. Very
What is the Little Mermaid ride? Because I don't think I've.
you just get in a shell and you ride through, and it's like you go under the sea, and they do the little under the sea scene, and then there's a little Ursula scene, and then there's like the kiss the girl scene with the Sebastian
There we go.
singing the song.
Joker Funko Pop.
Yeah, I'm getting that. I'm getting those. I've been.
You know, the
doing
Robin
very-
actually isn't that bad.
I like the Robin too.
Oh yeah, there it is. There's Whitetail.
I
Batgirl, all ready for her sex scene with Batman.
I'm okay.
Not too soon.
Too soon.
Look at the grumpy Batman.
You know, I love the Batman. I
I
don't
do
know
like
how
the
they
grumpy
were-
Batman with his little.
I think it's so cool
scowl.
that they were somehow able to really capture the animated look, but in a pop.
Yeah. Well, they changed it just enough to make it actually look like it. It came from the series. You know how much that Batman pop is gonna go for if someone can get it signed by Kevin Conroy or Mark Hamill for the Joker.
Now I want one signed.
That's how you do it. I've got a Flash signed by John Wesley Shipp. I've got
Do you?
I've got an April signed by Judith Hogue.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's pretty cool.
And it says to Keith with love from Judith. XOXO.
Judith is pretty awesome.
Such a cute story. Well, also a cute story.
Oh,
On the line, we got Greg from Local Heroes.
that was a great story, Matt.
Oh, he knows all about cute stories.
It's a big cute.
Geek stories? I don't ever hear a geek story.
Greg, how are you doing?
I'm well. How are you? 3? Is it 3 tonight?
Yeah, it's all three
Lively.
of us.
When
We're
they
very
let the
lively.
woman talk, there's 3.
Actually, just
Take the
Sarah. She's the only one I care about.
Aw,
look at
see,
that.
I'm important.
That's actually probably a good choice.
I don't
I
think
mean,
you'd
he's-
be saying that if you saw Keith's perfectly manicured beard.
Oh, he'll see
Well,
it tomorrow.
His beard looks really great. Actually, I noticed it last week, and I'm not
Has he?
sure that I said
Thank
anything
you.
about it.
The beard looks
Um,
really good.
Well, see, it's funny because I'm
It
actually trying to
does.
model it after Greg's. Greg was my inspiration.
You know, it's funny that we have little bits of gray in the same spot on our chin, a couple of twins.
Did we just become brothers?
Yes.
Do I need to be here for this? I think you guys could. We'll just leave you two alone.
No, we're brothers. That would be incest.
Okay. All right. Well, as long as we powered through that awkward communication. Greg, what is new on your shelves at Local Heroes this week?
It's a good week. I feel like we've had 2 really good weeks. There's some really cool books. One that I'm particularly excited about is a book called Tetris. It's the history of the inception of Tetris in comic book form, and it's by the guy who did the Andre the Giant graphic novel, which was really awesome.
that
So
sounds
that's
good.
a really cool book, and I'm excited to read probably tonight if I can sneak a copy out of here.
Do it.
It's also a big week for Marvel. They have 4 new #1s coming out tomorrow. Some Avengers books, The Great Lakes Avengers, which is like a funny Avengers book.
boy.
A big time Spider-Man book. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was
No.
just amazed that they're bringing back the Great Lakes Avengers.
Yeah. It looks like it'll be fun and silly. So I've got high hopes.
Oh, cool.
Who's on the Great Lake
and then-
Adventures?
Squirrel Girl.
Yeah, it's all kind of the
Fat
funny,
guy.
goofy. And then a big Spider-Man book and some other stuff for Marvel tomorrow.
Okay.
Neil Gaiman has a brand new book tomorrow, which I'm really excited for.
What's it about?
You know, that's an excellent question.
I didn't know he had a new book out. Oh no, wait! I think I did see that. I saw it on your page. Ah.
It's just called
Yeah, it's
Shipping
called
Late.
Trollbridge. It looks like it's him and Colleen Durant. I
Oh.
think Dark Horse is reprinting a lot of his older pro stuff and attaching artists to it, so that's kind of neat.
Okay. I'll check that out.
Good DC stuff tomorrow. More Rebirth. All-Star Batman is out as well. I'm excited for that.
I do want to get
And-
that. I do want to pick that up.
Yeah, it's been good so far. The first 2 issues of that have been enjoyable thusly. So yeah, good week tomorrow.
Sounds like.
As long as Keith's here, it's always a good week. And he's a Wednesday guy, so I'm excited. Hopefully
I
get
am
to
there
see him.
every Wednesday. Yes, you will see me,
Sounds
sir.
like this might be the week I make my return to
I was going to
comic
say you
collecting
might
comics.
have to stop on by at Local Heroes. Greg, where can Matt stop by and pick up these fine comics?
I know Matt doesn't like to come through the bridge tunnel. I don't know if it's the bridge or the tunnel that scares him.
It's a little bit of both.
But we're actually on the south side of Virginia in Ghent, the historic district of Norfolk, at 1905 Colonial Avenue.
Yep, right next to Kogan's Pizza and Video Game Heaven. So
That's the real problem.
It's all right.
It's like the
there.
trifecta of guilty pleasures.
It's like the block of I'm in trouble. Like I'm gonna get
Well,
a
then
pizza.
I shouldn't talk about the whorehouse that they're putting in across the
What?
street.
I'll never leave.
So, Greg, I wanted to tell you, Keith, to distract me from the fact that he is basically paying all your mortgage payments with the amount of money he spends in that store, will bring me home stuff. And he brought me home the Wonder Woman comic book that you mentioned.
Jill Thompson book, yes.
Yeah, the hardcover.
Yeah, and it is quite enjoyable. I love them talking more about her childhood and her being this bratty, precocious child. And, you always think of her as this infallible woman. And I think it's delightful.
I just think of her as
No,
bisexual now.
And the woman who did that book is tremendous, and she did a book called Beast of Burden, and we talked about a little bit about that, which is also equally awesome. So she's top notch, and that book is really good. So I'm glad that you dug it.
Yeah, I totally do.
Good.
Awesome.
All right, guys.
Well, thanks for calling in, Greg, and I will see you tomorrow,
yeah.
sir.
Yeah, have a great week.
You too, dude.
Bye, Greg.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Oh,
Yeah, you need to
man.
get back in
I
there.
need to get back into it, but
You can-
I
make it-
got
make
a
it on your way.
I got a problem that dwarfs your problem. Like my comic addiction makes your addiction look like, man. It's
Dude,
cute.
I'm about to have to go
That's
back.
cute.
I'm gonna have to go through some of my boxes and just be like, all right, I'm getting like I went through and did some inventory this weekend, and I was like, all right, I've got a lot of these Marvel comics as digital. I'm gonna get rid of the hard copies.
Really
Yeah. Well, Marvel's very smart about this, and I like the way that Marvel does it. They
include
you
digital
buy the
edition.
hard copy for $3-4, and you get a digital copy, and you've got it. So it's like, all right, I don't need all these now.
I do. You got to catalog them. You bag them. You board them. You put them in boxes.
No, I mean it's. I
Did
I
you
can
see?
do that.
Have
for,
you noticed that there's been a couple of really big, really great, really.
I tried to ignore it for the sake of the radio.
There's
We'll
been some
discuss later.
really big, really pristine collections come out.
That's what I've been
lately.
trying. That's what I'm trying to focus on. Dude, I can't do the single issues.
There's been a couple of just full Marvel runs that have come out that have just been in private collectors that
The
imagine.
Capullo, the Grey Capullo, the what was the other guy? Scott Snyder.
Oh no, I'm
This-
talking about like actual comic collections.
Oh,
like
actual
there's
co-
been a
oh.
couple of really
I thought-
big collections.
I
that have
thought you
been
meant
sold.
like nice
No, I
hardcover
think,
collections of like.
I think a
single
couple
issues.
of months ago, a full Marvel run came out with
Really?
missing like maybe one issue of something weird.
Damn, how much did that go for?
I don't remember. I don't remember if he sold it. And then there was like a priest that had a pretty amazing collection come out. Yeah, there's
Okay.
been a couple of really big,
Huh.
complete collections come out. I can't imagine having a full run of Marvel.
I don't have any room.
I'd lose my mind.
Uh,
I would just go in and stare at items. Well, I keep
I
keep
do that sometimes
playing-
with some of my stuff.
I
I've got
keep
a
playing
good
with the
Turtles
idea
collection.
of coming back and not coming back to the daily or the weekly collection and just start getting key issues. But that's going to get pricey really fast because I've already told myself the next pricey comic I buy is going to be a giant size X-Men #1.
Okay.
And that's probably close to $1,000 at this point. Especially with I don't know. It sounds like they're gonna kill the popularity of the X-Men.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll kind of
Which
fall.
is disappointing, but
The next books I buy though of that caliber are going to be it's going to be a giant size X-Men #1. It's going to be a Hulk 181.
I don't think I've spent that kind of money on a comic before. I mean, I've spent that kind of money on like collections
Well, you know
before.
what I always end up doing? I always end up flipping it. Like a couple, like last year I had bought Amazing Spider-Man #300,
Okay.
which was the first Venom, and I got it for like an insane deal. It was probably a near mint,
Okay.
and I bought it for maybe $80. Like I got an insane deal on it,
good.
and ended up flipping it for $300.
Actually, I just thought of something.
Um,
Speaking of flipping things, I think my NECA turtle figures are coming.
And
in
then I
soon.
ended up, when I was moving, I ended up selling all my copies of Saga #1. I had three pristine. I mean, we're talking 10. Well, probably not 10, but they were definitely a 9.8.
Has anyone actually ever seen a 10 in comics? I mean,
Yeah,
is it-
there was a number. There was a 10. There was a graded 10. Walking Dead #1
Okay.
that sold a couple of years ago for like 10 grand.
Okay.
And insane prices. So they're out there. I mean, there's
Yeah.
definitely 10s. I mean, most of the time you see them graded at about a 9.8. I've famously, I think I've told, I had a Saga #1 signed by both Brian.
Yeah. You mentioned that before.
What's his name?
Brian K. Vaughan and
Yeah.
Fiona Staples.
Both of them.
That's
and,
cool.
It was
You
great.
got rid of them?
It was a 9.6. So I ended up flipping it and making a couple hundred.
Oh, okay, as long as you made money off of it.
I did
suppose,
make
but
money
that's-
off of them, but I never hold on to them anymore. Like
I
don't
think
know
something like that
why.
you should have held on to, though.
I should have.
You should have held on to at least one of those.
Well, yeah, I had 3 copies of it. and it
Yeah, I
was-
think you should
And
have
they were
held on to at least-
pristine. I should have sent them off, got them graded, because they were at least 9.8s.
Okay.
If not a 10, they had never been touched.
See,
But I mean, I've still got a couple of books in there. I mean, I've got a Sex Criminals #1,
Okay.
which isn't really.
But see,
really-
those are
it's not
those are both
Saga.
new stories, though.
But they're all new. Well, no, I've also got I got an X-Men number. Heidi a couple of years ago for Christmas got me a copy of X-Men number 94.
Okay.
The one right after Giant Size X-Men. It was the
All right.
first new X-Men in the comics.
Gotcha.
In the monthly. I've got that where they're fighting Count Nefaria.
I don't know if I could ever see myself spending that kind of money on comics. I could see myself spending that kind of money on figures before I do comics.
No.
Are you just trying to get me ready for whatever you're going to buy from New York Comic Con this week?
No, I haven't bought anything from New York Comic Con. I was looking to see because I got a shipping.
Did those wrestling turtles end up hitting the?
No, I think those were just announced at New York Comic Con. They weren't released
Oh,
or
I
anything.
thought they were
were
exclusives.
Were they?
I'm
I thought they were
pretty sure they were.
announced.
Nah, because I saw them in packaging.
Okay. No, I was looking at the tracking for my NECA Shredder and Foot Soldiers.
Yeah.
Those are showing up Thursday by the end of the day.
Oh, you hadn't got those yet?
No, because they released at New York Comic Con.
Oh, the NECA ones.
Yeah, the NECA
The
Shredder.
really good
yeah.
ones. You picked those up.
That'll match up with my other NECA Turtle figures because they promised
Man.
a Shredder and Casey and Splinter and Shredder and the Foot Soldiers years ago, and those fuckers never delivered till now. So.
I've got a list though. I got a list of key
Okay.
issues
I
that
can see
once I get this thing off the ground or it fails,
Yeah.
whichever one, and I can go back to just devoting money to
Proton
something
packs.
else.
Oh.
Yeah, when I have disposable income again, it's not all tied up in a studio. I have a list of key issues I'm gonna get.
Like I
A
might
lot
get,
of X-Men stuff. First Wolverine. I if I don't own that, I'm gonna lose my mind.
See,
by the
I could
time
see
die.
myself maybe spending that kind of money on like a first printing of Turtles 1. You know, but that's about it. I mean, I've got number
a
1,
second
but I got
printing, right?
a third. I think I got a third printing. Second or third
Even the
printing.
second and thirds are
Yeah,
a
and
little bit.
my third's signed by Kevin Eastman. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, because you don't want him signing a number 1, a first printing,
Why not?
because it's.
Why not?
I mean,
Get,
I wouldn't do it.
I'm not gonna. If I get a number 1
It's
Turtles,
not meant to. I
I'm
mean,
not going
it
to. Stop
brings the
giving me that
value
look.
down.
No, it was mostly directed at Matt for him underestimating your love for Eastman. That's really.
Oh no, I wouldn't want him.
He doesn't want me to mess up
him
the
marking up
yeah.
a book.
yeah,
like
but
that.
it's Eastman.
Yeah, I mean it's
yeah,
more
but it's also
a number 1.
a number 1 of a
First printing.
very very short run book.
Yeah.
And the reason that thing's so pricey, I saw one back in the 90s,
Really.
and it was affordable. Like
no
it
one,
was-
no one would have known. I mean, it
Oh
was,
no, it was big back then.
yeah, but no one would expect that it would still
Did
be
it have
going 20
longevity?
years later.
$350.
That's not bad. But see,
It
that's
was
the
bad for a 18-year-old me.
thing. Well, yeah, but I
And I
mean,
had to
think about
pass
it. I
it
mean,
up,
and
but-
see, this is the thing though. I wouldn't flip it though. If I got this number 1 Turtles issue, and I'm not even gonna look at eBay right now. If I got this number 1 issue,
Everything has a
I'd
price.
find Peter
be
Laird
surprised
down
if
up in
there is one.
Northampton. I'd find him and see if I could get him to sign it. I'd get Eastman to sign it, and then I'd frame it, and I wouldn't ever let it out. I wouldn't try to flip it. It would be a number
Such a
1
small-
issued, huh?
Such a small run.
It was. The loan they had was for like 500 issues.
the worst part.
They got a loan from Kevin Eastman's uncle or dad, I think, and
yeah, it's a
they got a few
insane
grand,
amount.
and
that's why you see a lot more second printings out there.
yeah,
I'm looking it up. I have to.
there you are.
I have to
on
I have
eBay.
to now.
I'm looking now.
I just want
too.
to see if there is one.
Number 1, 1984. I'm looking now. Let's see here.
I'd be surprised.
Here's a second print for 300.
Yeah, that's about right.
Oh God.
God, your third printing is actually.
It's probably a few hundred.
It's there's one right here for 175.
That's not bad. And mine's signed by Eastman, so suck it. All right, I found one. I found one. First printing.
What are you looking at? 5?
On eBay?
Yeah.
Nah, this is number. I searched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 1984. Number 1, and don't worry, I'm not going to be spending it before you even look at me. There's so much more I can do with this money.
Like an engagement ring?
That exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, first printing, graded 9.4 out of 10. For those of you not sure of the comic grading scale, $8,795.
You said
Or best offer.
You said that was a 9 point.
9.4.
That's an amazing.
Yeah, I know.
That's a really nice ring.
I'm not saying it isn't, but I never said I was going to buy this book.
You got to do it.
No, God.
You got to at some point do it.
No.
Whose side are you on?
Get the ring.
No.
I'm not saying don't get the ring. Get the ring.
I am entirely too practical for that, dude. You know what kind of DVD closet I could have
Yeah,
for $9,000?
To Matt's point,
This is your thing.
if you get a ring, then you get a woman. But if you get a comic, then you have a comic.
No,
that's true. My comic will last me a lot longer than any woman.
My point is this. I mean that's the thing. That should be your goal as a collector.
Yeah.
Because it
But see, that's the thing.
it doesn't get any better than that.
But see, that's
unless
the thing
you actually get Kevin Eastman.
I like figures.
Put him in,
And then what do you do with them? Then
you put him in the
you
case.
board and bag him, and then shove him in a
and
box.
okay, this is gonna sound odd because it's gonna take up way more.
You don't bag and board a person. No, you get him in a case. Nice case with some lights on him. Little plaque.
Yeah. But see, here's a third printing, $36. Here's a third printing, $91.
Clown shoes, dude.
But see,
You
if I'm going to
need
spend that
that.
kind of money, I'm going to spend it on the outfit from the movie. I'm going to bid on that ridiculous Leonardo costume left over.
I
and
feel
get
like you
that.
could get a better deal on a.
I'm not going to pay $9 grand for a comic. I can't.
No, dude. Here we go. 8.0. Yeah, I get it. It's
Send it over to me.
It's very fine. Teenage Mutant Ninja. Oh, it's freaking number 4.
Oh, well, what good's that going to do any of us?
Number 4. I don't think so. No, here we go. Here's a 9.8.
Send me the link.
1,300.
The first printing?
It looks like it.
I'm going to call BS. There's no way that is that cheap. If it is, I'll get it now. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Wait, no, it doesn't.
Send me the link so I can see what you're looking at
Let me send you this link.
on the World Wide Web, please. Send it on the internet because this makes great radio. Let's all type away at our computers. Everyone's typing. Type.
Well, we want people to think about this. Why won't Keith spend $8 grand on?
You're lucky Alexis isn't listening. I'm just saying.
Oh, I know the same crap. I'm not disagreeing with you, dear. Like how you even got in on that.
I have my hit list though.
Okay, let's see.
Maybe
here.
one day we'll go
This
over.
this is not a link to the eBay.
No, it's
Sarah Hill.
weird.
This is a link to antique engagement rings. Okay, there's the eBay link.
We'll go over my hit list, but it's it's the things you would expect.
Okay, I said sign 4 copies of each book, but this doesn't tell me.
It doesn't.
It doesn't say if it's first printing or
right.
not.
Something's not right.
I don't think it's first printing.
No, not signed and remarked by even Kevin Eastman.
No, this isn't first.
Unless he defaced it.
No, unless I read in here that this dude says it is a first printing. No more hesitation. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, see, he's got like weird small print and giant ass print, and you're an eBay seller, dude. Get your ass together. First, yeah. See, he's on 9.8 first print, number 3, 9, and 8. See, I don't know if this dude's American or not. I don't want to buy some comic from some commie.
Well, he definitely.
No, he's from Orlando, Florida, but his English is horrendous.
Signatures is not. That's not how you spell signatures.
Yeah, no, his English is horrible, and I've got a Kevin Eastman signature on my third printing of number 1, and I'm okay with that, honestly.
I don't feel like this is a number.
I don't think it's a
print.
No, I don't think it is either.
Not when it's going for less than a second print. Oh, there's your $8,000. I feel like you need to buy that though.
No, I can't. You know how much $9,000 would buy me on any of my houses? Like, I could do repairs on the house.
Yes, but how many turtles will it buy you?
None. It'll buy me 1. It'll buy me that issue. That's it.
That's 4 turtles, though.
Yes.
4 for the price of...
And a rat, too.
Yeah, and a rat.
I just say that I got pieces that I absolutely want to pick up. And I'm going to feel incomplete if I die without them.
Nah, I'm fine with it. I mean...
Although, what would I do with them? You know
And
what?
that's the
You
thing.
just sell them.
I would end up selling them.
And that's the thing. It's going to be framed. If I bought this first issue, it would be framed and hung up on the wall. And that's great. It's a talking point.
Because
But
I've read most of the books in some form or another
All right.
that I want to pick up anyway.
Yeah, and it's not like I would read that one. I'd read the version that I have that's in the oversized collected hardcover edition that I've got. So
That's true. You've talked me out of this. I'm not going back to comic collecting.
no, go back to comic collecting. Just don't go back to spending $1,000 or $10,000 on an issue.
I wouldn't. 10 grand. That's ridiculous. I don't think I would ever do 10 grand.
Think about what $10,000 could do for you going to Disney. How many times could you go to Disney on $10,000?
Twice.
There you go. And will you
That's not
get?
true.
Would you get
Probably
more
a good
enjoyment
4
out of that?
times. Yes.
No, you'd go once, but you'd like go baller
I'd
status.
go once, all right.
Yeah,
It's
you-
not going to be good.
like Cinderella's
You
castle.
get more than
and
once while he's there.
Have
too.
like talking candlesticks bringing you dinner and
there's a hotel room.
yeah, I
There's
know.
one room and
Yeah, it's like my
Cinderella's castle.
fantasy vacation.
But they don't. You can only they give it to like contest winners and stuff. You never. I bet
money.
though. I bet though if you gave them money. They
Yeah,
would let you
that's
stay there.
yeah. Money usually buys things.
I would totally stay there.
Is it time for a break?
Yeah, it is.
Can we please stop talking about this?
What comics?
Yes.
I tried to give you the stick. You didn't want it.
No, weird. I didn't. I did not want the stick. Let's take a break. All
Wanna go
right.
to break?
Yes, let's go to break.
You're making it weird.
And then on the other side of the break, we will be back
with who?
with Henry's Multiverse.
Ooh.
I know. He's going to be talking to us about New York Comic Con. And after that, we are talking to our friend and local Hampton Roads filmmaker, Ernie Smith.
Ooh, he's one of my favorite people.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome.
Oh, here's a giant size X-Men #1. CGC
So
9.4. That's a
tuned,
near mint for like
and
a book from 1975.
we will see you
Only
at the top of the hour.
$2,400.
Nothing's ever been the same since the day you walked away. The color of this room has changed, and all of your things in my place have been boxed and gone away today. I can't remember how things used to be.
What's up, Internet? This is George of the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show.
And I'm Terrell K. Mercer, also of the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show.
And we would like to invite you to tune in every Thursday from 8 to 9 on Radio F Radio.
Hey, it's Justin from Deprogrammed. Do you like to talk about your favorite bands with your friends? Yeah, well, me too. Tune in every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. to hear us do just that. Only on our station, Radio Free Radio, RadioFradio.com.
Won't you come and play?
Hey, you found a happy place. It's a game show. That's right, a radio game show where we can have a few laughs as the contestants battle for the big or not so big prize. It's an adult show, guys. Our first episode is Wednesday night at 7 p.m. on RadioFradio.com.
Adolani said WDMF.
Good break. Feel good. I'm recharged. Started to lose energy.
It's probably that line of Coke you did.
Yeah. You got to. You got to do Coke. A lot of times between shows, I'll actually go out and I've got a defibrillator.
Oh, okay.
I'll give myself a little paddle. A little paddling.
I'll have to take classes so I can help you in between, in between breaks.
Take a break. That's a paddling.
Clear.
I love a good Simpsons reference. They're doing that
marathon
again, starting Thanksgiving. I don't know if I can do it again.
They-
I watched a lot of it the first time they did it.
They're doing it on FX, right?
Yeah, FXX, I think.
Because with Apple TV, they've got the FX Now app, and since we have cable, we can
search
get
for
into
very long commercials.
Yeah, not bad. They weren't bad for Atlanta. Because that's how we watched Atlanta, and we got a few commercials there.
I didn't tell you. Did you
What's
watch Flash last week?
Yes.
Went to the CWC and I watched it there, and the whole time I'm thinking, really wish this was on Hulu so I didn't have to watch commercials. But you know what? How would you think?
Of Flash
Yeah,
or of
Flash this week?
I don't know. I'm disappointed they used the Flashpoint name, and I'm
Yep.
disappointed it only lasted an episode. I know that the
That
effect
doesn't look like it's good. It looks like he went back to another.
The effects are going to be felt throughout the entire season. I can't wait for the Draco Malfoy appearance. That'll be fun.
Who's he playing? I hope it's Draco Malfoy.
No, it's Julian Dorn, which is like some guy that works in the crime lab with Barry. Apparently, he's making his debut tonight. He probably already made it during the 8 o'clock hour. But they're gonna make they've already said, we're making Harry Potter references because Cisco makes pop culture references all the
Speaking of
time.
which, while we wait for Henry.
Yes.
I found something out interesting about Harry Potter.
What's that?
She's never seen the movies.
No, I've read all the books. I've never seen the movies.
She's read all the books. I just assumed she's read the movie. I'd seen the movie. Did we cover this last week?
Yes, we did cover this last week. We don't need to touch it again.
I'm shocked. Oh, I didn't realize that's where I learned it. On
Yeah,
the
you
show.
learned it last week. So, ooh.
Speaking of a guy who's seen all the Harry Potters, I'm just assuming.
I'm sure he has.
Yeah.
Henry is very well versed in everything.
Welcome, Henry, back to the show.
Yay!
Hello.
Henry, we're calling your segment the Henry's Multiverse. What do you think?
I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have loved it if he said, no, I reject that and hung up.
No, because he covers this stuff. You know, he can talk
Sure.
movies, he can talk TV, and today he's talking New York Comic Con.
Oh, I'm excited for this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a pretty crazy 4 days, as it always is in New York, and they had 180,000 people. They just came out with the numbers today.
So are they officially the most attended, if not biggest?
I think as far
Still
as
San Diego.
actual ticketed people, because San Diego is a little more like people just come in and hang out around town and do stuff off-site. But as far as the actually tickets for the convention, I think New York is the king now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Gonna get up there then. I want to go to that
I
one.
do. I feel like we need to make a point to go to the next one.
Henry, are you planning on going to all the New York Comic Cons for the foreseeable future?
For the rest of your life.
I mean, I didn't want to
Commit
go that far.
right
but-
now.
Yeah, I haven't been to San Diego in a few years, so I'm going to go back there, and then I'll be back to New York probably next year as well.
Okay, because we could easily take the train from our area. I
Yeah.
mean, you got Newport News, we got Norfolk. Take the train up there. It's like $63 one way.
It is. and
It's super cheap by
and
train.
it's like the same. It's like the same as driving up. It's like 6 hours.
And you don't have to deal with all the traffic and the wear and tear in your car and the tolls and shit. We could take the train up.
Yeah.
We walk down there, get a hotel. We'll be set, and we hang out with Henry.
I'll probably fly.
Anyways, Henry, what else happened at New York Comic Con?
Oh, hold on a second. I have my computer is making a noise here. Hold
But
on.
I've taken
yes,
taken
at
that train.
Comic-Con,
It's nice.
There was let's see. I guess I'll kind of go down the list of stuff that happened over chronologically here. Let's see. It was pretty exciting. For Thursday tends to be a little bit slower. Things are just starting up. But Friday I was there for the BBC America panel, and they've been doing, by the way, panels not just at the Javits Center where they have it. They also have been moving panels to Madison Square Garden.
Oh wow!
And so that's where a lot of the big ones were, like BBC America's was. So yeah, it was pretty great. The big the main event was the Doctor, which was Peter Capaldi, and Pearl Mackie, who's his new companion, and Matt Lucas, who's sort of his interim companion, I guess, kind of popping up here and there.
Yeah, he's in for the
Who's,
Christmas special, right?
Right. If you've ever seen Little Britain or Bridesmaids, that's probably his two best known things he's done, and he's been on Doctor Who in the past. So he was very funny. He said, "I'm secretly playing the Doctor. Just don't tell Peter Capaldi." So that was pretty great. There was a huge amount of applause for him. They showed us a little bit of a clip that's now online, I think, from the Christmas special, and we got a little bit of a sneak peek into what's going on. But this being Doctor Who, they're very secretive about everything, so we don't know everything.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. and then of course we got a look at Class, which is the spinoff of Doctor Who that's coming out. It's going to be here in America next year. It's already going to be airing in the UK pretty soon. But it's sort of like the world of Doctor Who as seen through the eyes of some teenage kids, basically. So it's a little bit more, I guess, 90210 mixed with Doctor Who or something like that.
So would you put it more on the tail? I mean, would you put it in the middle of like Torchwood and Sarah Jane Adventures? Like, I'm trying to get a vibe from Class, and I don't know how I feel about it yet.
Yeah, I think it would be sort of Torchwood meet a teen soap or something like that.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to put it as. But Capaldi's going to have a pop up here and there on the show as well. Sort of give it a little boost, I guess.
Okay. Works.
So there's a really cool cast who was there, and they're all pretty new to the TV thing, so it's a lot of new faces.
Got a good vibe from it, though? You're looking forward? I mean, you think it'll be good from what you saw?
I think so, yeah. There's some really good stuff, and it obviously didn't cut the corners anywhere. Looks like there's good special effects and everything.
Cool.
So for the fans of Doctor Who, it'll be worth checking out, absolutely.
Good.
And the other one we got to look at was really great was Dirk Gently's Holistic Private Investigation, Holistic Detective Agency, excuse me. And that's based on a series of books by Douglas Adams, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. We had the entire pilot there. We got to see the entire first episode, and it was incredibly good, very funny, very. And I guess I would compare it to sort of Quentin Tarantino meets with like supernatural elements to it.
Okay.
A lot of really outlandish, violent stuff happens, but it's also very, very witty. I didn't catch the guy who played Dirk Gently, but he's terrific in the role, and Elijah Wood is sort of his unwitting companion who's helping him out with that, who doesn't really know what's going on around him. The first episode has probably about 7 different plot lines, and you have no idea a lot of what's happening. And in the promo for the show, they said, "We promise all of this is connected together. We'll have to watch and see how it's connected."
Yeah, that's how a lot of that whole
really
Dirk Gently
pilot
stuff goes.
Yeah, so that comes out in about a week and a half, and it looks really great. So I think it's going to get a really good, big fan base when it comes out.
I'm gonna watch. I mean, my plan is to watch it as best I can. I mean, I don't have BBC America, but I mean, it's Douglas Adams, work, so to speak, or inspired by it, however you want to look at it. The comics were good. I love the book. I'm gonna watch it if I can. Figure out a way to watch it.
Yeah, October 22nd, BBC America.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, so that was pretty great. I got to go to a few film things here and there. There was War of the Planet of the Apes had a panel and a trailer with Andy Serkis, who's the very well known for playing Gollum in Lord of the Rings, and has done some work in directing and so forth. And of course, he plays Caesar, the leader of the apes in the series, the new Planet of the Apes series.
Wait a second, is this a TV show?
No, it's the third one.
No, this is the third of the new series of Planet of the Apes, where that's a prequel.
Oh, because I was going to say, didn't they just have one? So it's a series. Has there been 2 already?
Well, trilogy, yeah. Or I guess it'll be the third of the movies.
Yeah, the first one had James Franco. The second one had Jim Gordon, and I can't think of his name right now. Jim Gordon from the Batman Begins movies. Why can't I think of his name?
Oh, Gary Oldman.
Yeah, that one. He was in the second one, and then the third one, I don't know who the third one's going to have.
Woody Harrelson's in the new one.
There we go.
He's sort of leading the humans in their war against the apes. It's basically like the last stand for humanity before the apes take over.
It's just like Cheers.
So it's like Zombieland, like pre-Zombieland. This is just going to be Zombieland with monkeys.
Yes.
It's Zombieland?
Where there's talks of a TV show or movies. Sorry, Henry.
That's I'm wondering if it says more to me or the series that I didn't, or the trilogy that I didn't know.
It's not your thing. I mean, it's not one of the
things
you're
that
super
totally.
Although I got to tell you, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of like the original Planet of the Apes.
Right.
I really like the the prequels that
I
they've done.
saw one of. I saw the original one.
The one with James Franco?
The James Franco one.
No, I think the
Rise
old
of the Planet
one.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I saw the James Franco one and I saw the Tim Burton remake.
There
That's
was
about
Rise and there was Dawn, and this is War.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
but
next
if
is
you see
Apes
it-
of the
if
Planet
you-
of the Apes.
First of all, if you're familiar with Andy Serkis and Gollum, and you see this is a guy, doing motion capture. He was sort of the founding father of motion capture, and he was the first person to make it into an art form to act in this way. So he brings this amazing performance to this ape creature, and it's that's the highlight of the whole series so far. It's been seeing this CGI character brought to life in such a great way.
All right. Wow.
Did he get an Academy Award nomination for Gollum?
I thought so.
I think he was up for either Critics' Choice or something like that. It wasn't Academy Award,
No.
but they're still trying to get the stigma of CGI acting.
I think
away
if anybody's
because,
going to get
people,
it, he's going to be the first.
People are like, oh, that's not a real actor. Like, no, it's a guy just happens to have all kinds of devices on his face and stuff, but he's still acting.
Yeah. That's in a way that's harder to put in a good performance doing that.
So
yeah. And if you ever watch behind the scenes of any of these movies, and you see Andy Serkis with all the stuff on his face, and then compare it to what is put on screen, and you see how much he puts into it, it's pretty great.
Yeah.
So when do we find out that Caesar's the Dark Lord of the Sith?
That's right. He's also Snoke from Star Wars. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I
right.
was making a lame Star Wars joke, Matt. Sorry. It went over Matt's head.
I
I'm
think
glad
that's,
you got it, Henry.
I
This
think
is
that's
why you're
in
here.
Jedi of the Planet of the Apes.
Yes. Order
yeah,
66
he's got
of
a lot
the
nerd
Apes.
cred with all of his background.
Yeah.
So that's been pretty cool. They had a few other pretty huge movie panels for the new Underworld, the last Resident Evil, the upcoming John Wick Chapter 2 with Keanu Reeves was there.
Which they've already signed
had
off on a
the
John
trailer.
Wick 3, haven't they?
As well.
I think they might have, yeah, but that was probably the two biggest names who were there was probably Matt Damon and Keanu Reeves. Matt Damon was there for his Great Wall movie, I think it's called. It takes place in China. So there was a lot of big movie promotions there. It's not quite as big as San Diego is in terms of that, but there's a few people show up, a few A-listers show up.
Henry, I've got a question because there was a lot of promotion, but it was a lot of stuff that we already kind of knew about. We knew was coming. Was there anything like kind of new and surprising that they kind of dropped on us, or was it all just here's trailers for stuff you already knew was coming?
The number one New York Comic Con media guest, I guess you could call it tends to be Netflix in the last few years. They've really, because they shoot the Marvel series for Netflix in New York,
Okay.
so they've made New York Comic Con a big part of their promotion. So we saw the first trailer for Daredevil there. We saw the first first episode of Jessica Jones was shown there last year.
Okay.
And so now this year they already had Luke Cage, so they put out some trailers for Iron Fist, which is some of that's online. And then they talked about The Punisher. They brought out John Bernthal, which we know is just starting shooting. Then they brought out Kristen Ritter and all the actors, Charlie Cox, and brought out The Defenders, all four of them. And then they said, oh, and by the way, we have another guest, and it was Sigourney Weaver, and she's been announced as the villain in The Defenders. We don't know which character she's playing.
Do you have any
But
theories
that
on
was
that?
probably the biggest surprise of the convention.
Gotcha. Do you have any idea who Sigourney Weaver might play? Like just Henry's own
that's a really
theories.
Good question. Because that Shield, Age of the Shield has the Hydra stuff locked down, so it's not like anyone from there. So I don't know.
They've
I'm
done such a good job. The Netflix series have done such a good, because I was kind of thinking about it. They've done such a good job though of taking like these really shittier kind of level characters and
D-level characters
and making them interesting. Like even with I'm not going to say Diamondback, but definitely Cottonmouth.
With Netflix, you had Daredevil and then a bunch of lesser-known characters, and now everyone's talking about Luke Cage, and they're buzzing about Iron Fist trailer, and these were kind of like the D-list Marvel characters before. So now they're they're going deep into their catalog and bringing out these characters and making them stars.
Yeah, because it's kind of crazy to think no one gave a shit about Iron Man 10, 12 years ago.
It's weird. I got a little giddy when I saw the Iron Fist actually kind of.
Yeah, that started glowing.
Made
giddy.
me feel tingly.
Yeah, so that was probably the big shock of the whole convention was Sigourney Weaver joining that cast. So yeah, it was a pretty exciting convention. As always, a huge crowd of people on the floor with all the booths. Marvel did some crazy stuff. Like they had like a barber show up and he would shave your face into the shape of Tony Stark or Dum Dum Dugan or.
That's
I
what Sarah
saw
showed me.
that on
That.
Twitter.
I didn't realize they actually had a barber there though. Because
Yeah.
Sarah showed me a banner and it had all the different like beard /
I'll take
facial
Doctor
hair.
Strange, please.
Yeah, and they had all the facial hairstyles of the big Marvel characters.
What would you guys go with?
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know.
I mean, if they did hair, I don't have.
You gotta pick.
I don't want a. I don't want a beard. Although
So goatee.
Keith has a formidable beard going on. If you could shape that mane of man hair into anything,
I don't know if I'd want to.
I don't know.
Beard.
You had a goatee in college.
Yeah, that was college, and thank God that goatee stayed with college.
That's over.
It's easy. I'd go with the Black Widow.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know what the Black Widow is. What's the Black Widow?
You made it weird, Matt. You made it weird.
Just saying.
You made it weird.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, another one of my favorite promotions was I'm going up the escalator to the floor and I see I'm like, oh, that's pretty unique. Is a guy cosplaying as Abraham Lincoln. It turned out that was a promotion for Timeless on NBC because last night they were trying to save Abraham Lincoln from being assassinated or something. So I thought that was pretty funny.
All right.
I did watch Timeless last week. I haven't seen episode 2, but it's a really good show. Check it out.
I'll check that out.
I hear a lot of good buzz about it.
I've been flirting with it.
And I tried to go into that panel, and it was completely like they had twice as many people lined up as they could fit in the room.
Really?
Wow.
I
So
gave
that's
Lethal
another
Weapon
tip
a
for New
try,
York
and after
Comic-Con.
that, it's been a
The
little.
tip for New York Comic Con is you got to line up really early.
So how many panels did you get into then? If all the lines were super long, how many?
I got about 4 altogether. There was a really nice one for Stan Lee. It was his last convention for New York, and he got New York City named it Stan Lee Day on Friday.
No, that's
and he
cool.
got a proclamation from the mayor and everything, so that was nice.
Oh,
that's
that's
awesome.
cool. Good
Yeah.
for him.
That dude's a workhorse, man. He filmed 4 cameos in one day.
It's because he'll be dead by next year.
Oh,
God,
just,
Matt.
come on.
But you're all thinking it.
Yeah, but you don't say it because then you're gonna be responsible for his
As
death.
soon as he stops doing it.
If you have ever wanted to meet Stan Lee, he's going to be at his Kamikaze, or they call it LA Comic Con now, and in the month he's going to be at Chicago C2E2 next year, and those are going to, he's basically doing a farewell tour, kind of like Cher or someone like that would do for a concert, but it's Stan Lee. So.
Okay,
And then
that
he'll
works.
be at,
there's still opportunities.
Hollywood Memorial.
Yeah.
We were talking about going to Chicago next year. That's in the spring, right? In April.
C2E2.
Are we doing it
Yeah.
about the same time? Are we doing it C2E2?
That's what we were talking about.
Oh, okay.
Because
cool.
we wanted to get. Yeah.
Sounds
So
like
I
the
mean,
lamest Star Wars droid.
C2E2. No, we were. Yeah, Keith and I were talking about going out. I mean, we want to go to Chicago anyway, and I refused to go between September and March. So.
No, you put that forward to about May, because I went in April.
And it was
this
really
year,
cold. Well,
and it was snowing.
We
the whole
can
time.
we can suck it up for a really awesome con.
Well, and it's going to be a jam-packed time if we do go to Chicago because besides Turtles, as most people know, Blues Brothers is my other big fandom.
Sure.
So I'm going to want to see Blues Brothers locations.
Yeah, it'll be a busy week.
I wanted
I'm
to
gonna
go do that, but then
I'm gonna
didn't.
kind of want to take the Hyundai and try to jump the bridge. Just fair warning now.
Okay.
We're going to try to do that.
We will discuss that off air. Henry, thank you so much for calling in. We will talk to you in a couple weeks. And
Where can they find Henry on the interwebs?
yeah, tell us where we can find you. Get all the latest buzz.
Yeah, at Hanks TV, I'm tweeting about all the TV news and the sci-fi news. And yeah, I'll be tweeting certainly about Dirk Gently and Timeless and some of these great shows coming back. Jibber Girl came back and had a great premiere from what I heard. So there's a lot of exciting stuff still to come on the TV world as well.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Henry, and we will talk to you week after next.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Later, Henry.
Bye.
I need to start following his advice more because that Lethal Weapon show was one of the worst shows I've ever seen, and I really wish I could
Did you
get the time back.
expect
I don't know what I was doing. I don't know why I clicked on it, but it did.
Oh, it's actually out?
Yeah, it's
I didn't
Occasionally
I was
something-
kind of hoping that would go by the way of Rush Hour and just
Oh,
not
man.
Occasionally
It's going the
something
way
will
of
like
Rush
I will
Hour.
leave Hulu going and it'll put me on
It's true.
and like I wind up like something really weird will be on
I'll
and I'm like,
wake
why am
up
I
and
watching
it's
this?
like some weird like BBC comedy show, but
Yeah,
like,
I
not like a good one.
although sometimes it's funny because I woke up I fell asleep watching Hulu when I was homesick that one day, and I woke up and it was the Billy Eichner show, Horrible People or Difficult People.
That's a
It's really
the same
funny.
thing happened to me.
And I woke
took
up and
a
he's like
nap.
yelling at people. They're all
That's
they're.
actually, imagine that kind of alarm clock. Hey, wake up!
I took a nap.
It
and
was really
I
funny.
woke up and that was on, and I started watching it because they were doing a restaurant with like kids food, but they were gonna pay a lot of, or they were gonna charge a lot of money to come in and have like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and stuff, and like, yeah, it was a really funny
Yeah, it
show.
was a funny show. Yeah, I thought,
I gotta start watching it.
but yeah, I totally
forgot all about that because then I went back to sleep.
I don't
Because, yeah,
have
I-
time to watch more shows.
I know we don't even get to the shows we watch.
Some of them. You gotta get rid of some of them.
I don't
Like,
know.
I
We
don't watch
keep adding new
I
ones.
don't watch
Yeah.
crap anymore.
Neither do we.
Like I'm starting to tap out.
We run a
like,
professional radio show here about pop culture, so we only watch
Like,
the quality
let's-
shows, minus her Toddlers and Tiaras shit.
let's
Okay,
say,
well now that we're
S.H.I.E.L.D.
back,
comes
now
on.
that we're back to real TV.
We've had Doctor Who sitting in the queue, so I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
We could have watched that anytime
Yeah.
instead of Toddlers and Tiaras.
Well, that's my like laundry folding show. Why you gotta start?
good
Why
for
you gotta start with me about my guilty pleasure show?
I
I've
love
actually
some
got
Toddlers
I've
Tiaras.
actually gotten her to watch Ninja Turtles, the new cartoon.
I really like it.
I gotta watch it.
That's like my bedtime show. Like if we
I
have
liked the animated movie that they had a couple of years ago. I didn't think that
What,
was
the
that bad.
crossover?
No, the actual before.
Oh, the
TV show.
2007. Yeah. Animation was great. Storyline was weak.
Yeah,
But
but, they
probably
were
the-
giant turtles. So.
But probably the saving grace for that movie for me was that Leo Raph fight in the middle of it. It just how awesome it looked graphics wise
Yeah.
and the way they just choreographed that entire fight. And yeah, it's CGI.
I
Whatever.
also
I mean, it
didn't
just
go
looked
to,
amazing.
I also like caught it on like
No, I watched it twice in
Netflix,
theaters.
What is it available for streaming?
It's
Is
on
the
Hulu.
cartoon?
Yeah.
The whole thing?
I don't
can
know.
start from the beginning.
See, this is
we
what,
start at the beginning.
Yeah, we start at the beginning. But I think the first 3 seasons are on. They're in the middle of season 4 right now. I think most of up to season 3 is on Hulu. But see, here's my gripe with it: is like they don't do it like a normal TV show. And I kind of called them out for it one time, and they're like, "Well, it takes a while to produce these episodes." But like
you were
they
talking
take
to the. You
I
were just
tweet
talking
to
the
them.
episode.
I tweet to them.
Just
occasionally.
yelling at the Hulu.
Yeah, Twitter, but close enough. But they like take
Hey,
gaps.
Turtle Show, you're not doing it right. I did the same
Anyways,
thing.
yeah, I see what you did there.
I talked to them.
But like they take gaps in the middle of it. They don't like okay, season 1 or the season runs between this month and this month. It's like okay, a few episodes here, break for a few weeks, a few more episodes, break.
Hey,
It's really difficult to keep up
Yeah,
with
it's
it.
hard to
Yeah, but kids watch TV differently than adults
That
do.
is true.
It's also
So
valid.
I want to talk about our next guest, who will be calling in shortly.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we should give him a little bit of build up here and explain what's going on. So our buddy,
Just taking the stick.
little stroking.
I'm taking the stick. Yeah. So our,
The stick.
Stroke it.
you got to shut up in order for me to take the stick. Ooh.
But you also have to take the stick, and that means putting him in his place.
Okay. Well, anyway, our buddy Ernie Smith is a local filmmaker. And we do love local art around here. I do in particular, but I know all of us do. And he
anymore.
Yeah, it's all right.
he has done some really great films that have won a lot of awards, gotten into a lot of really awesome shows. The weird thing about it is that they have not had a lot of wide viewing here in Hampton Roads, which I think
that.
is really strange, and I would really love to see more of that because he's a local guy. Like we need to really we need to love on a local artist. So he's going to be our guest here calling in soon, and I'm excited because indie films are awesome.
How did we get hooked up with this guy? How did we find him?
Matt was in one of his movies.
Oh, okay. That makes that easy then.
I used to be a filmmaker, and then I traded that in for radio.
So
how's it working out for you?
Not great.
I like the visual aspect, but I don't think I could ever be a filmmaker.
Yeah, I'd be too frustrated. I mean, I love watching
I
movies.
think I'd like
discussed,
writing scripts. I think I'd be okay writing screenplays. I think I'd enjoy that, but I don't think I could ever get so far as to bring it all together.
I love it.
I couldn't do it because I find the continuity errors, as Sarah well knows.
You're
like
supposed to find those. That's part of the direction.
No, not like, but like, okay, you're shooting
Keith,
this. You're shooting
Keith
this
would
table
never be finished.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah,
I'll
because
tell you
like
what frustrates
if the glass
me.
is half full from one angle, but then you switch it to the other side because you're taking the shot from another angle, and it's like 3/4 full, I reshoot it all. That kind of thing would bug me because I stop movies all the time and be like, wait a minute, and I flip back and then I go forward, and that's
you're supposed to catch those things though.
Yeah,
But I mean,
a lot of people don't.
There's things. Well, it's hard because number one, you're shooting out of sequence. Number two,
shooting a lot.
You're shooting a lot, and it depends. And you're also putting together different takes to create one scene. So a lot of times there'll be different things. You shoot from different angles. You shoot with one. Most of the time you shoot with one camera, so you get all your angles. But it takes a lot of planning. Number one, you've got to go in. You got to plan. You got to make sure you do your shot list and figure out exactly what shots you want to get, and then it's you get on. I get frustrated the most as a filmmaker when I'm making films. I get frustrated because you have to rely on a lot of other people. Not that I don't want to rely on a lot of people, but the more people you bring on, like a lot of times I'll roll with a very, very minimum crew. I know Ernie's a lot like this too. I prefer to kind of run and gun guerrilla style with a minimal bare bones. When I did my first 48 and we actually placed third, it was a crew of me and Nathan. And did
you guys have issues while you're doing
that?
That
Was after. It's tough. The more people you bring on, you've got to rely on them to be on top of their game. And if somebody's not prepared or not, I shouldn't say if somebody's not prepared because I am notorious for showing up on set and not knowing my lines. And then if they're like, "Whoa, why don't you know your line?" I was like, "Well, I wrote them, so I can change them if I want. I'm gonna say this now."
Acting.
Here's the thing, though.
I'm
Keith,
also not an actor.
You and I think, would make a good filmmaking team if we ever decided to embark on that crazy venture, which I don't think we should. But because you do the visual stuff, you have that eye that I don't have because I don't think like that, and I do the story stuff because you don't think like that. So,
but here's the thing: you also, if you're gonna go in and direct it, you've got to be somebody who has every single one of those things.
Yeah, no,
in your mind
do not.
And processing, and then be able to delegate out to whoever's running the camera, whoever your actors with your performances. Here he is, and you've got to be able to delegate all of that stuff. But you've got to firmly have all of it in your head and processing it quickly.
So
then solving all the problems.
So Sarah could be a good writer. I could be a good cinematographer. Is what you're saying.
But I'll tell you who's got the whole package. Ernie
Package.
Smith, and he's on our line right now.
Yeah, Ernie, we were just talking about how I could never be a filmmaker.
Also, welcome to the show. I know this is probably weird.
Yeah, weird segue. Hello, Ernie. Thank you for joining us.
Just dropped you right into it.
Yep. Well, thank you. The Skype thing is weird. I've used Skype before, but now I'm trying to, when I tried to call you guys, it was asking me to buy a subscription. I'm going, what?
No,
No.
don't buy that.
No,
that's
don't.
a subscription to the porn that we're actually going to be
That's a
Click cancel.
trap. Don't do that.
trap. We need to have that for our drops.
I know we do.
Well, actually, if you just want to tell me your credit card information over the phone right now, we'll take care of it.
It's a Visa. 1, 2, 5, 5.
Slow down, please.
Actually, I have $5 million US dollars in a secure offshore account.
Jump on that.
And I have if you give me I have it because of a death in the family, and the government will only let me release it to your bank account, and I'll let you keep $3 million of
That's
it.
how the government works under President
That's
Trump.
how the government works.
She's good.
I know.
That's really kind.
That's right. See, I'm generous like that. U.S. American dollars. So, Ernie, tell us a little bit about your films. What is the big win? We're friends on Facebook, and every week I see.
I don't know this Ernie guy. Why don't we have him tell him about himself first? Because I don't know his background other than he works with Matt, which doesn't really speak highly of him.
He's the best.
Okay.
Okay, I'm good.
All
right. Now talk about your projects. I'm good.
No, you're right. Let's start with the background. You're right, Keith. You're right. He's my buddy, but you've never met him. Okay.
For all I know, this guy could be orange and wear a blue, yellow, and orange striped shirt and have no legs and have a roommate that's yellow.
So apparently you have looked at my profile.
He is a Muppet.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just go ahead and own that. We're talking to a Muppet right now. How excited would you be, though? Yay! All right, Ernie, give us the background.
Is Mr. Wade there with you as well?
Of course. That's what I do.
Oh, Matt, hello.
Ernie, how are you? This is my professional radio voice.
Well, very cool. I like it.
Thank you.
You know, I actually went to radio school. Did you know that?
No, I've been wanting to get you in here to show you what we've been doing.
You'd have to move the studio to my living room.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, or as my co-host says here, at least this side of the water.
That is true.
But yeah, so background. Well, apparently you don't know me that well because I like to talk, but I'll try to keep it as short as possible. About 5 or 6 years ago, I got itchy. I used to be in a band. I used to write songs, and I wasn't doing that anymore. I had started fooling around with video because cameras got smaller, more affordable. Online editing came with every single computer you bought. So I got into it. I used to do 8mm stuff back in the day, but quit because it was just labor intensive and a pain in the ass. But 5 or 6 years ago, I decided to get back into it, and we just kind of slowly started writing more and more complicated, involved stuff. And one thing led to another, and here we are today. I just found out that our last bid movie, Christine at the Crossroads, has been again nominated for 3 awards at a festival in Oklahoma. And again, it's really surprising to me because I keep thinking that eventually that is just going to die off, but it seems to keep going and going, and I don't understand why.
Well, I think that movie resonates with a lot of people, and you guys hit on the perfect timing with that, especially with the subject matter, and it's a powerful film, and I'm glad that people are getting a chance to see it.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Actually, today's a good day to talk about it because it's National Coming Out Day. So do you want to
tell? I know, right?
So would you like to come out?
Do you want to tell us a little bit about Christine at the Crossroads and that story? Because that was how I was first introduced to you with the success of that film, and I think it's since it's still going on. It's got these legs. Let's talk about that a little bit.
The story actually. The movie actually honestly began at the end of our other feature film. We had the couple of the crew members over here because I wanted to shoot an homage to I guess I should say homage to Ferris Bueller to kind of wrap up that movie. And so we were just doing a bit, and we got really drunk. And I had an idea for a shot in my head. And so I had Diane, who was the star of Christine and our first movie, here. Nick, of course, my longtime DP, was here. And after we did our homage, I said, let's go in the room. Let's go into the room. I want to shoot this thing. I got this idea. So we went in there and we shot it. And it was actually the kind of the opening scene to Christine where you see her, somebody like having, I'm not sure exactly what I can say, But you see
You
her
can
having
fucking say
sex.
anything.
Yeah, she's having sex. You don't see with who, but you can. She's clearly, not comfortable. So we did that very off the cuff, but it was. We all sat back and watched it and went, "Holy crap! It is like really powerful." And what is the story behind it? I didn't know exactly what the story was, and we thought about it. We thought about it. We thought about it. Well, I think about a year later. We were talking to my daughter, and I just kind of very casually asked her, because we'd never talked about it before. I said, "When did you actually realize that you were gay?" And she said, she thought for a second, and she said, "Kindergarten." And my heart just like sank, like completely out of my chest. I couldn't believe that she had taken so long in her life to feel comfortable enough to come out to us.
Did she come out later?
She was well into her 20s.
Okay.
She had been married. She had already had a child.
Oh, I didn't realize that the film married her that close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was really shocking. It was shocking to me. It was shocking, of course, to Heather. And I think I don't know if we realized it at that point, but we came home from that visit and we kind of went, that's our story. That's our story. And Heather sat down and just started writing, and it just kind of like blah, like just completely. The dam opened and the stuff started coming out. But the weird thing was, we started talking to different people that we knew that were also gay and lesbian, and they would say, "Oh my God, that's my story. Yeah, that's like what happened to me." And so I think at that point we realized that we were onto something. And so that's it.
Wow. Well, I mean, it sounds like it's really resonated. It's reaching a lot of communities all over the country and the world, and has won some awards. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it's been incredible. We've won. I think we've won. Well, I know we have. I don't think we've won a few best picture awards. I know that our actor Brett Moy has won at least one best supporting actor. Diane, I don't think she won. Diane's been. That was for Unavailable. Yeah. All of our actors have been nominated for at least one award. I know Brett has won, did win. We won a couple, like I said, a couple Best Picture awards. It's been phenomenal. It's actually been really, really, really overwhelming. I think most recently, the thing that was really got to me was we screened at a festival in South Africa, and about a week after that screening, I got an email from somebody that said, "We would like your permission to screen your movie at our Pride event," which was also in South Africa at Pretoria. And I just went, "Oh, yeah, for God's sake, yeah," So that, to me, I think has been the most surprising. That, and we had another instance where I think it was last year. We screened the Virginia Film Festival, which was, again, to me at that point, a really big deal.
Yeah.
And then shortly after that, I got, again, another email from somebody out of the blue that said, and they were from a facility here in Virginia that worked with at-risk LGBT youth. And they said, a friend of ours saw your film at the Virginia Film Festival and recommended that I get in touch with you about, using it with our kids. And I went, "Yeah, but I think, you should understand. I think I should send you the movie first, so that you can watch it, because it's got some kind of adult stuff in it. And I sent it to them, and they got back to me and went, "We love it. Would you let us use it to show to our kids so that they see that there's, hope for them?" And I couldn't believe it. I was like, absolutely, yes. For God's sake, yes, please use it.
I mean, it's an important. I think it's an important film. I think I've gone on record several times saying it's probably one of the most important films that any of us in the community has made, and it's just it's crazy and it's gratifying seeing. Like, how was it going to Barcelona and seeing your film up there on the big screen in another country? I mean, that's got to be nuts.
It was beyond amazing, Matt, for a couple of reasons. One of them was that's Foxy, by the way. Yeah.
Big fan.
Cutest dog.
So we went to the screening the night before ours, and the films were all really good, and it was just exciting being there. The night we went to ours, it was kind of neat because they had me come up and do a Q&A, which was cool. But the audience was tough. I mean, the film that showed right before us got 0 applause.
Oh.
Ah.
I mean, the movie ended. Yeah.
Was it an episode of Issues?
Huh?
Was it an episode of Issues?
What's Issues?
No, it wasn't an episode of Issues. But so yeah, it was, and it wasn't. I mean, it was a nice film. It was a good film, but I was like, oh my God. I think Heather and I looked at each other and went, oh, we're gonna die. But it showed, and the funny thing was seeing it with subtitles.
Oh yeah.
And but people were reacting. They were laughing at the right places. They were having, other reactions at the right places. And then it was over. When it was over, we got applause. So that was cool. It was great. It was really, really nice. Because at that point, okay, now we have actually, nobody knew us there. But we, at that point, I realized, okay, now we have crossed cultural boundaries and succeeded.
That's great. That's got to feel good.
It felt real good. It felt real good. And what felt really good was coming home and, I was going to make a real snarky comment.
Because well, here, let me ask my next question. So how has the reception been here locally at home?
Well,
yeah.
Well, Matt, it's funny you should ask that.
Matt's starting shit again.
Well.
Well, let me put it this way. We had, other than Sarah, the only other person locally that's actually paid attention to us and has been over at Newport News, Mike. And I, honest to God, don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Holtzclaw?
Yes.
I know
yes.
because I just emailed him this morning.
Bless
About
you.
all day drunks.
Yeah.
Daily Press.
But we've gotten zero response from any.
Huh.
The showings have all been great. Yeah. The showings have been fine. What's been, I guess, the chip on my shoulder is I can't get anybody in the entertainment media other than Sarah or Mike to acknowledge that we exist, and it's frustrating.
Man.
Yeah, that's. You have such a resounding echo in this room. It is just such a crazy uphill battle.
Ernie, imagine putting together a local radio station, a community radio station that serves the community and is hyper local.
It's a great idea. You should do that.
And then getting nothing but double middle fingers back.
Yeah, we get it's so weird because the people are nice. It's like this very
a little smile on your face.
And I'll go and pitch show ideas and talk about collaborations and galleries, and it's like, nah.
Now I actually have beef with Ernie right now, just to kind of get off topic.
Uh-oh.
Because
I thought you were avoiding me.
All right.
I've got major beef with Ernie because Ernie's kind of a Renaissance man, great musician, great filmmaker, just a great guy. But now it looks like he's jumping into improv and being a funny guy.
I did improv once, and it was very spur of the moment. It was great. I loved it, actually. And but I don't think it's anything I'll be returning to anytime soon.
Okay, because I can't have you showing me up in every single field. It's just becoming embarrassing for me.
Yeah, but this way you can live vicariously through him, though.
Well, I know I've told him the story, but I don't know if I've put it out into the public. The weird thing about Ernie, because I was going through a really tough time. I had a very severe breakdown. I had to leave my job for a month, and I had to start seeing a therapist, and that's when they tried to diagnose me as autistic. I don't even know how that happened. But I had a very it was Asperger's, yeah. So I had a very, very severe break, and during that break, I started writing films, and I started screenwriting, and what started to bring me out of it was the idea of taking what I'd written and actually going and doing it and making a film. And when I Googled online, one of the things that inspired me the most was an article on Ernie's film, surprisingly enough, on the Daily Press, I believe, about a film that he had made, Unavailable. And it was through that article that I kind of realized that I could take a camera and then go out and actually film these things myself and become a filmmaker. I didn't need anybody's permission, or I didn't need an audience. I could just go and do it because, I saw that he was going out and doing it. And then that's what, led me to try to and fail. Because you also need practice.
I was gonna say, so you left that and you decided to do radio.
No, I didn't. I haven't left it, but I took that and then and it really inspired me to keep at it, and then enter the 48-hour film festival, where I beat him.
Burn.
Joking. But no, Ernie.
He lost horribly.
Before I even had met Ernie, he and Heather, his wife, are responsible for me getting the courage to pick up a camera. Of course, with me, I went and bought a very, very expensive camera, and actually go down the path of becoming a filmmaker. So I think without that article, without his movie Unavailable, I would have never made a film.
You're like one of my children, Matt.
I am.
Aww.
I am. Very sarcastic.
He lives in your basement?
I will. I'll definitely move into Skelly Central.
Well, we, I was inspired by your story, and I hope you get, you continue on your streak of awesome recognition, and you get more locally, because you're an awesome person here locally. You're doing really great things, and local art is so important. We need to support it.
As I always say, you're the best of us, and I'm glad that you're getting recognition finally.
Yeah, no, thank you. I and without any no snark and with all sincerity, I thank you and I appreciate it. And it was exciting. It's exciting for me, for both of us to go places and for people to be able to see not only the great actors that we have here, but just the fact that there's good stuff coming out of here, And I always encourage, that's why I always encourage everybody, don't, hold on to your stuff. If you're making something, you got to go out and show it. When we were in Texas recently, we got to speak to a bunch of high school kids, and that was one of the things that I, try to impart to them was, go out and make your crappy movies. My first movie is horrible, but I put it online because I'm still proud of it because it's a thing that I did. I went from A to B. I finished it, and it's there, and I'm not ashamed of it. It's not great, but I'm not ashamed of it. I finished it, and that's what I told him. Write something, do it, put it out for people to see, and you'll make mistakes, but you're going to learn from those mistakes, and the next movie will be a little bit better, and the next movie will be even better, and until finally you'll make, you'll get it. You'll finally get it. But don't be afraid to show people what you're doing.
Ernie, Keith has to tell you a story about his girlfriend and
who's a stubborn woman.
Yeah, so I'm writing a novel, and I today hated it and told Keith that I was going to finish it and then set it on fire. And never.
And she said she was going to set it on fire in the house we just bought.
Yeah,
so
I burned the whole house down because you get to a point when you're creating something and you love it and you pour your heart into it and then you hate it and nothing about it is good. And what are you doing with your life? And you just wasted a year on this and
basically everything you just said is what I've been telling her for the past 24 hours.
I might listen to Ernie though.
That's probably true.
It's
fine. I just might go spend $9,000 on a comic book. Who knows?
If you spend $9,000 on a comic book, I'm lighting everything else on fire.
Can I just jump in for a second? Congratulations, for buying a house on the water in Hampton Roads, by the way.
Hey, 2 hurricanes down so far.
I don't know if that's a congratulations
Great
or
year
like
to
a
do that.
sympathy. No, we
great time.
we invited the storms. That was us.
It's probably our fault.
So we're responsible. Sorry about that, guys. Well, Ernie, where can people find you online if they want to look into your work or follow you on Twitter? Where can people get you?
We do have a web page. It's www.skellyfilms.com. And actually, a lot of our short films, once they run through the festival stuff, I put them up there. If the films aren't up there, I have the trailers up there. I always try to keep it updated with our, the latest news and stuff. We're on Facebook. Christine is on Facebook. Skelly Films is on Facebook. What else? Twitter. I'm on Twitter. I can't remember my handle. I think it's at Skelly Films. But I'm bad about keeping up with that.
I just tweeted at you from the show. So, yeah, it's at Skelly Films.
Yeah.
Skelly with a K.
We're out and about, with the whole social media thing. I'm not on Tinder, so you can't swipe on.
He's on Grindr.
It's true.
Grindr, Twitter.
I've been looking.
No.
There's a guy that looks like him. But not him.
Did you find that out when you met him at the Starbucks?
I just went through it. I went through with it. I mean,
yeah. If you Google Skelly Films, you'll see a bunch of links for us out there somewhere.
Awesome. Well, Ernie, it's been such a pleasure. Keep on keeping on. We're real proud of you, and we'll have you back. We want to hear about what you're up to.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, and Matt. Thank you very much. Actually, I mean, with all sincerity, we love you. Heather and I both love you very much, and we're huge supporters of you. I hope you realize that. And Sarah, thank you so much. Also for being a friend of Skelly Films. We really appreciate it.
Oh, of course.
And we need to stop going so long between seeing each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is
he coming to All Day Drunks on October 22nd between 9 a.m. and 9 a.m. of the 23rd?
His invite's in the mail.
Okay.
He's got to come across the bridge, though.
Yeah, it's true. It's a whole bridge. All right, Ernie. Thank you so much. And you guys have a great night.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Love you guys.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
He really is.
Yeah, he's a super solid
he's the best,
guy.
and he does great work, and he feels the same things that we feel sometimes.
You know who else does great work?
Us. Kanye.
It's Kanye.
I was kind of hoping it was us.
Kanye West Twitter.
No,
bot.
it's not. It's no
you
one.
Great work.
You
Did you not hear last week's episode?
Another good
That was
one.
great
No,
work.
we
And
never,
this was another good one.
We're
And we
never,
didn't get racist this
We're
time.
never
Not
talking
even
about
racist.
last week's episode ever again. That didn't happen.
This was another good one. We should be proud.
Why
This was a good one.
You know what? 3 gold stars.
Go.
Out of how many gold stars?
You know what?
Well,
I
we
want
each get a gold
Kanye.
star.
Oh, we each get a gold
if
star.
Kanye gives us a gold star, if the Kanye bot gives, then I'll be impressed. But you know,
It's a naked gold star.
we naked. We get gold stars when we naked.
I get the gold star tonight.
Are you a gay fish, Kanye? Come on, Kanye. Are you a gay fish?
I miss Ernie already.
Never met him.
He's great.
I never met him either. Actually, I've talked to him a lot, but I've never met him.
I sincerely thought he was a Muppet.
If anyone at radio really loves music, come together and pick your favorite Frank Ocean song and play it at least 10 times a day. Then go screw yourselves. I'm not kidding. Go screw. No gold star.
Oh man!
Wow, we were very
Kanye is salty today.
West Twitter bot didn't give us a gold star.
Oh man!
I just want to remind everybody, October 22nd, less than 2 weeks away. All day, you drunks. All of us will be here eventually. I'll be there 24 hours. Justin will be here 24 hours. Keith and Sarah will be wandering around. Make sure you catch us starting 9 a.m. October 22nd. All day, you drunks. Catch us on the Facebook, Popped
RFR.
Popped RFR, and on Twitter at Popped Show.
And next we've got Deprogrammed.
Deprogrammed.
Talking about Ben Folds. So stay tuned for
Yeah,
that.
I'll stick around for that.
I won't. I'm gonna go over to the couch, read a comic.
We naked.
Okay, for our conservatives, play us out.